How's everyone going? Me old China, how's everybody doing today? It's been a long, long time, bruv. Mate, I've been going through a lot of things. I've been doing a lot of things. And to be fair with you, I've been very, very busy. But I'm here now, and I wanted to say hello to a lot of people that either thought Rapstar's either dead or is he fucking gone missing? Is he no longer in the world of boxing? Well, I'm here to clear up loads of those points. I am not dead. I'm still alive, and God forbid. And yeah, I have been very busy. Have I been in boxing a bit? I have been still overlooking boxing, but it's one of them things, mate. Man has been on a fucking busy run, you know what I'm saying? I've had a lot of things going on, a lot of things happening, and some of them are good and some of them are bad. But anyway, apart from that, I wanted to say what's happening to the people that actually, I've shared a lot of my life with, especially in the last fucking near just under a decade. You know what I mean? I've shared a lot of time with everybody over here. This has been part of our, what's it called? Our boxing journey together. A lot of it has been for a lot of people in different ways. This channel has been a shine for a lot of people in this world. So I gotta tell everyone, we are here. We're here to say that Rapstar is still about, mate. Rapstar still hasn't gone anywhere. In fact, we're here big and strong. So what's happening with the people? I want to say hello to all the people that has been rocking with us from day one, no matter how long it's been. We're still here, you're still here, and hopefully the other people will come here again. But anyway, I gotta say this, mate. What's happening, John McSmith? How you doing, me old China? What's happening, G? Yes, Tay. What's happening, Tay? What's happening, Flex? You alright, bruv? Yes. Stephen 4722. What's going on, bruv? Yes, mate. Dermatology, what's happening? Round one. Andy Ruiz. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? I missed the show. It's been a minute. Yeah, man. It's been a while, man. You know, the last time we were here, we were talking to what was it? Devin Haney's dad, wasn't it? The last time we were here, we were talking to Devin Haney's dad, man. You know what I'm saying? Glad to have you back, Rapstar. Well, I'm glad to be back as well, man. Like I said, I've been through a lot of ups and been through a lot of downs, but we are still here right now, bruv. And that's what fucking matters, you cunts. We're fucking here. Yeah? We're fucking still here, mate. Yeah, man, it's been a roller coaster lately, guys. It's been a roller coaster, but I'm still here, still in the mix. You can hear my voice. It is Rapstar, Rapstar, aka Rap Montana. Yeah, we back in the mix, people. We're back in the mix. So what's been going on, ladies and gentlemen? So we have Moses Atuma. Moses Atuma fighting Philip Ergovich. I saw Moses Atuma a couple of days ago. Yeah, when he was doing his interview, I seen him out in Isle of Dogs. Yeah, bro, I seen him. I saw him in the hotel. I went and see what was going on. He was actually keeping himself away from the people and the media. I was just going through that way, and I seen him over there getting his shit ready for this week. It's a big fight against Moses Atuma versus Philip Ergovich. Is Moses Atuma now the real deal? The next Mike Tyson, the next man taking over boxing? Moses Atuma is fighting this weekend. And I got good news for you guys. I'm going. I'm going to the fight in the Excel. I'm going to watch Moses Atuma versus Philip Hergovich. I'm going to the fight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take some live clips. I might as well go over there, take some videos, and take some clips, mate. That's what I'm going to do, yeah? I'm going to get over them sides, and I'll be there watching some fights, and then I'll be ready for the main event. Now, I haven't got the biggest ticket. My ticket cost me 150 quid. So it ain't the best ticket, but it still is in a side where I can watch it. You know what I mean? I'm on the third tier below from the top. Yeah, I'm on the third tier below from the top. So I'm getting ready to go watch that Moses Atuma fight, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know that Moses is looking to make a name right now. You know what I mean? Now give me a sec, bruv. Give me a sec. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people don't even know that if we still are here. A lot of people don't even know if we're still live. A lot of people don't even know that we are still in the mix because I've been missing for a long time. Yeah, we have. We've been missing out there for a long time, people, and it is what it is. But like I said, man, we got Moses Atuma versus Philip Ergovich. We got the Teofimo fight that just happened with Rolly Romero that we should talk about a bit about that. The Teofimo fight, man. I don't know about Teo, man. Yeah, he pulled out the win. Rolly's a big puncher, but Rolly wasn't even throwing many punches. Teofimo Lopez, on the other hand, yeah, he showed he's got a better jab. He showed he's got skills, but he pulled out the fight by doing more work rate. He pulled out the fight by landing shots and landing more jabs. Whereas Rolly Romero wasn't really throwing that many punches. Rolly Romero came out like Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying, bruv? Rolly Romero was throwing no hands Romero. But when he did throw some hands, he managed to land some big shots. And Teofimo looked like he was going to be going down. He lucky he never got a count. Because when he did go down, they didn't give him a count. Yeah? So, yeah, Teofimo Lopez did get hurt in one of the rounds. His face got a little bit grazed up and all that. Not even a little bit. His face got cut up, man. Cut up, mate. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, my question is this. How great did Teofimo look against Rolly? And is that the Teofimo that can beat Devon, The Dream, Haney at 147? Are you serious? Is he a threat for Devon, The Dream, Haney? I don't even know if Teofimo beats Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Will Teofimo Lopez become the undisputed 147-pound king? Because that's what he's going for. And that's what he wants. Me old China. Me old cockers. Teofimo Lopez is fucking saying that he wants to be the 147 king, mate. Do you know what I mean? He's saying, I'm going to take over. I'm going to be the undisputed king, mate. That's what he's saying, isn't he? Well, I don't know, mate. Teofimo Lopez looks like he got to do a lot more than that, mate, to try and be the undisputed fucking king for me. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, at 147, Teofimo beats Liam Paro. I can see that. Does Teofimo beat the winner of Conor Ben and Ryan Garcia? And then to fight the ultimate boss, the seventh belt, black, seventh Dan, highest boss in the game, Devon, the Dream Haney. I don't know, bro. I mean, even in a computer game, bro, if I had to pick Teo, I mean, to beat Ryan and Conor Ben is going to be tough anyway. For him to get to the final boss, ho ho, Tauti. Nah, bro. Devon Haney coming out there with the samurai swords there. Pow, pow. I'm just talking like a proper game if it was even. I can't see Teofimo beating everyone. Nah. Did Teofimo do good? He did all right, bruv. He's a free weight world champion, though. You know what I mean? The takeover fans are having a wank now. Yeah, mate. They're playing with themselves. Come on, T.O. They're back on the fucking train, ain't they, the cunts? Yeah. Teofimo fans are back on the train, man. They're back on the mix. They're giving it now, ain't they? Take over, take over. Yeah. Listen, Teofimo fans are all excited again, bruv. They think they are free weight world champion, aren't they, bruv? And the mans are coming out there like, take over, the takeover's back. Bruv, you beaten Rolly Romero. You got your ass washed by Shakur Stevenson, bruv. And that's no lie, that's a fact. You got your ass washed, but you came back and you beat a Rolly. Now, are we gonna say that Teofimo Lopez is gonna be the man at 147? Because even Danny Medina knows that Teofimo got washed by Shakur. Now, has Teofimo Lopez done something by beating Rolly? Of course he has. Bruv, the geezer's a free weight world champion, mate. Don't you know that? Don't you know that what a free weight world champion is? A free weight world champion has defined himself in legacy, bruv. The man's in the Hall of Fame. That's what he has done. Teofimo Lopez has put himself in the Hall of Fame. But is it enough to be the undisputed champion at 147? Put some respect on the man's name. Is it enough though? Talk the talk. Don't be capping with me, mate. Yeah? Is it fucking enough, bruv? Stop capping, bruv. Before I give you 2 fucking Chinaman slaps. I'm asking you, bruh. Is this man, Teofimo Lopez, can beat everybody at 147, bruh? Or you out here playing games? Come on, bruh. I gotta know, are we talking facts? Are we talking feelings? Are we talking fiction, bruh? You see that at the end of the day, bro, mans are hyped up because man came and beat up Rolly. But he didn't even beat Rolly. Rolly gave him two black eye, pop up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man, let me ask a simple question. Teofimo versus Conor Ben. Who you got? Answer the damn question, mate. Teofimo versus Conor Ben. Who you got? Answer the blood clot question, bruh. Teofimo versus Conor Ben. Who you got, bruh? Teofimo versus Conor Ben. Okay, you're going to give that to Teo, yeah? You're going to give that one to Teo. Okay. Conor Ben. Teo. Conor Ben. Teo. Wow. Teo a favorite, you know, bruh. Yeah, Teo a favorite looks like. Peter got Conor Ben. Round 1 got Conor Ben, bruv. Conor Ben on the mend. You get me? But if not, Teofimo Lopez versus Ryan King Garcia. Who you got? And a bomber clock. Who you got, man? And this bomber clock dumbness, man, them talking out there, wet talk. Talk that shit, man. Who you got? Ryan Garcia or Teofimo? Ryan, T.O. 50-50, Ryan, draw. Yo, these people. Ryan destroys Teofimo in a bomber clock. Jesus. Yo, these man them need to support the channel, bro, fam. These man they need to support this channel, fam. You understand? Them man they forgot this channel, ain't they, bro? These man gotta support this channel, bro, so we can come back in the mix, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, the other question is, bruv, this should be easy, bruh. Teofimo Lopez against the big, huge Devin Haney, the man who's got the skills to pay the bills. Let's even answer that, bruv. Yeah? Let's answer that, bruv. You understand what I'm saying? Let's answer that. You heard what I said, innit? Let's answer that, bruv. Yeah? Yeah? No need to even answer that, bruv. Tiafimo versus Devin Haney. Answer the shit, man. Haney, Haney for G. Haney might stop. T.O. says RB, you know. Yeah? Haney would box T.O.'s ears off, says this brother Fluke Duke in the motherfucking house. Yeah? Haney drink hyena nut. Jesus. Smash the bomber clock like. Yeah? Smash the like button, you know. You're speaking to no man like Chris Eubanks Sr. We are the most delinquent, most flabbergasting, the best channel in the world. This is Chris Eubanks Sr. We are the elite of elite, my friends. If you don't know, you know Chris Eubanks Sr. is the man, bro. The man they know how to talk in the most poshest way that you could ever imagine. More posher than even an Englishman could ever speak from the royal family cannot speak like Chris Eubanks Jr. Senior, you know. But anyway, so what else has been going on out here, bro? Let me see what else is going on out here in the boxing world. So we got Tiafimo. Let's rate the 147 pounders, ladies and gentlemen. Let's rate the 147 pounders right now. In the 147-pound division, you have Keyshawn Davis, Brian Norman Jr., yeah? Parliamentary procedure, you know. Yeah, man. Tell everybody about the parliamentary procedure, my friends. Devin Haney, yeah? Liam Paro, Conor Benn, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez. Number one is Devin Haney, bruh. Second to nobody. Number one is Devin Haney, bro. No matter what way you want to cook it. Number two is, at my eyes, at number two is the winner of Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia. That's the number two for me. Number three is between Jack Cattrall or Brian Norman Jr. But does Teofimo Lopez take the number three? Is Teofimo Lopez take the number through? Mick Donovan. What's happening, Mick? Nobody supports the channel, bruv. Mick's the man. Mick's the big boy. Yeah, Mick, support the channel, my brother. We got to come back, mate. We've been having some ups and downs in the game, bruv. Mick's the man who will support for the people. He's the man that keeps these channels going, bruv. Yeah, Mick. Respect to Mickey. Tricky Mickey was at the World Cup, mate. You understand? Come on, me old Scotland. Scotland! Yeah, get the fucking Scottish bagpipes out, mate. Support the fucking channel, you cunts! Yeah, anyway. So, number one, Devin Haney. Number two, who's number two, ladies and gentlemen? I'm waiting. Is it Teofimo? Is it Paro? Is it Ryan? Is it Conor Benn? Hmm? Who's the number two? Who is number two? I'm waiting on you. Huh? Because right now, you guys have to vote for the top five guys at 147. Right now, the top five at 147. Right now. Who are the top five at 147? Ryan, Devin Haney, Jack Cattrall, Teofimo Lopez, Brian Norman Jr., KEYSHAWN Davis. I mean, these are the guys in the mix. Where is Hitchens now? Is Hitchens fighting at 147? Yes or no? Is Hitchens fighting at 147? Yes or no? Now stop the cap, bro. Is Hitchens fighting at 147? Yes or no? Let me know if Hitchens is fighting at 147, bro. Yeah, then he's in the mix. I mean, yeah, if he's fighting at 147, he's in the mix. Now, Keyshawn Davis has done himself no justice by going missing and not fighting Devin Haney. You get me? So, I mean, we got them names there, bruv. You got Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Conor Ben, Liam Paro, Teofimo Lopez, Brian Norman Jr., Keyshawn Davis, Richard Hitchens, Jack Cattrall. I mean, these are the top boys right now at welterweight, bro. These are the top boys at welterweight right now. Yeah? What's happening, Mick? Yeah, Mike Larry. What's going on, Rapstar? Ain't seen you in the Lions. Salute to my British brother. Yeah, bruv. You know that last time I already seen you guys was the last time I went to the BKFC. And this weekend I'm going to watch Moses Ituma versus Hergovich. Moses Ituma looks like he's feeling a little bit of the pressure because he knows he has to perform. The whole world is looking at him like the next heavyweight supreme. And Hergovich ain't no slouch, bruv. You guys think that Hergovich is a slouch. You don't know shit about boxing. Hergovich is a world level fighter. So he's going to give you work. You understand what I'm saying? Hergovich is going to give you work. How much work? His experience? What can Hergovich do? It all depends. Is Moses the bad man that everybody's hyped up about Moses all over the world, mate? All over the world is hyped up about Moses, bruv. Everyone in the world is hyped up about Moses right now. You know that, innit? Everybody. So he has a lot on his shoulders, bruv. You guys just think everything's a walk in the park. Yeah? Everybody wants stoppage. Everybody wants stoppage. Everybody wants stoppage. I mean, it's a lot on his shoulders, me old cocker. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot on his shoulders, bruv. He got to perform. Yeah? So anyway, Teofimo says, yeah, that no declines Jack Cattrall. Says that he ain't looking at no Jack Cattrall fight. That he looking for belts. Yeah? Teofimo said that he ain't looking for no Jack Cattrall, man. He goes, he's not looking to fight him. He's looking to fight for belts. That's what Teofimo says, mate. Yeah? Teo said Devin Haney is last. You understand? Teofimo said that Devin Haney is lost, bro. That he want to fight Devin Haney right at the end for all the belts, but can he get through the others to get to Devin Haney? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah? But like I'm saying to you, mate, we've got a lot of issues going on lately. I've just come back to the game again. I've been through a lot of madness, you know what I mean? But we're back. And the main thing is we're back, right? In life, you have a lot of ups, you have a lot of downs. Just got to swallow the downs, mate. That's just the way life goes, mate. And yeah, Peter will tell you that. Nothing is perfect, mate. Yeah? At the end of the day, you got to swallow certain things in life and just come back stronger. Whatever the fucking situation is, mate. You understand what I'm saying? But that's just life for you, me old cocker. At the end of the day, though, there was something I wanted to tell you. Give me a sec. Give me 1 sec, mate. Just give us a sec. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a topic. It's a very at this point it's a bullshit topic. How about that? Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua is becoming a fucking comics fucking screen. Now these guys are saying they go, "Oh, well, we want to fight in England." Well, obviously the fight should have been in England from day one anyway. What a dumb cunt that is anyway. But now with Dana White, Turkey Al Sheikh, and all this money invested going abroad, and they want to make the fight in the United States of America, where the fight is the bigger pay-per-view, the bigger numbers, where it is Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are trying to make a big scene. They're saying, well, we didn't get told the original contract was in England. The fight was supposed to be in Wembley. It was supposed to be a sellout in the United Kingdom. By the end of September, the fight should have been already on the way. The fight has been slowed down for many ways, many reasons, and now with Dana White's involvement, Turkey Al Sheikh want to move it to the United States of America. So here we are. We are now in a predicament where the fight is meant to be with Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. At this point, people are just like, oh, come on, get on with it, mate. How long do you want to fucking take to make your mind up when the fucking fight's going to happen, you cunt? Yeah, or where it's going to happen now. Forget about, we have signed the contract. We have signed the contract. The fucking contract being signed from day one, you cunt. But it doesn't mean that the fight is signed and sealed. Now they got a venue problem. Now they want more money. Now it's this and now it's that. Fucking these guys fucking get it on or don't get it on, mate. Honestly. They've been going up and down like yo-yos for the last fucking month, trying to make everyone into a fucking, make everybody look like an idiot. Is the fight fucking happening or not? Listen, at the end of the day, the fight should have happened already. Meaning like a long time ago. They are fucking 3-4 years well at the end of the game. Both guys don't look even at the best of nowhere near their career. Tyson Fury looked fucking half of his best self. His legs are not the same. His twitch muscle is not the same. His speed is not the same. And he's getting hit with punches that he would never get hit with before. By stiffies. On the other hand, Anthony Joshua now, he's fucking getting knocked over by cab drivers. You understand? This geezer's ready to be taken out. It's the end of the game for both of them. So here we are. And here we are now again, talking about the same fucking fight years and years later, and they still haven't got it together. Do you understand what I mean? And there comes a Teofimo fan club. Teo is a triple greatest face of boxing, top dog, future undisputed. Teofimo is lucky to be, got to congratulate him for being a free weight world champion against Rolly Romero. But Teo nearly got his face opened up and busted up, looking like a barbecue on the left-hand side. At the end of the day, if you think Teofimo is going to be undisputed all the way through with that performance, then you need to be disputed yourself. And you need to be totally disputed so you can understand that Teofimo Lopez is really done well. And he's done good. But he's beaten a Rolly Romero, and it's not a kind of a win that will take him to undisputed, mate. Do you understand what I'm saying yet? Unless he can pull it off at 147, mate, it's going to be very tough. And your fucking worst nightmare Devin the Dream Haney is going to fuck him up. That's what looks like it's going to happen, mate. You already got fucked up by Shakur, and now you might get fucked up by Devin the fucking Dream Haney, mate. So I don't even know if this cunt's going to make it past Ryan Garcia. Yeah. Anyway, Teofimo is the face of boxing. Well, you must be watching something else lately. Have you been watching BKFC, you cunt? Teofimo is the face of boxing. Come on, mate. Rap, you need to get on the panel more and stop with this rubbish. What do you mean? Stop with this rubbish. What the fuck are you on about, bruv? I ain't been here for a month and you're telling me stop with this rubbish, you cunt. Are you seriously making any sense? Teofimo Lopez is not going to be undisputed after that win. It don't look that fucking obvious to me. Yeah. Now stop fucking talking too much shit before I start getting on to you guys. Yeah? And I'll start really showing you that rap star can be more of a trap star. And I'll trap you guys up, bruv. Don't make me start giving you lyrics that you don't start to like me again. And then everybody coming in screaming and, why do you speak like that about Canelo? Rap star, why you say that about Canelo Alvarez? Why you call him a bitch? Rap star, why you say Tank is a midget? Rap star, why you say that about Brian Norman Jr.? Rap star Brian Norman Jr. He's my life. Yeah, what the fuck happened to Brim? You get me? Mans are all screaming when Rapstar comes at people, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Mans are all screaming when Rapstar come at people, bro. You know what I mean? Rapstar start coming at people. KEYSHAWN Davis. Oh, KEYSHAWN Davis, he's the best. Yeah, he's the best when he's fucking sleeping, you cunt. Yeah? KEYSHAWN Davis is the best when he's fucking asleep. You stupid cunt. Brian Norman Jr. What happened to Brian Norman Jr. time? Remember? Brian Norman Jr. has got something that you have never seen before in your life. Of course he has. He can punch. And he's a tough fucking geezer. Yeah, but he has something. Nobody has ever seen it. My name is Brim Norman. And Brim Norman knows everything about Brian Norman because I've been sucking it for the last 3 months. And I've been sucking every fucking side of Brian Norman that I know everything about him, rap star. Yeah, I know everything he does. He does things that you've never seen before in your life. Yeah, till this day you're fucking sleeping, you cunt. Yeah? Till this day you ain't seen what you saw that day, man. What the fuck happened to that geezer, bruv? I seen things that no one has seen before. You see dead people, you cunt. You understand? When you're telling me stupid shit like that, I see things that no one's seen. What are you seeing? Dead people. You're seeing dead people, man. Leave me alone, bruv. I don't want to have this paranoia talk and this fucking psychotic talk anymore. You know what I mean? Fans were coming over here telling me how fucking deep they are involved in these fighters. And they know every movement and when they sleep, when they eat, when they do this, when they do that. They don't want to debate me anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody want to debate rap star boxing knowledge. Who wants to fucking debate me? Come on, I'm back. Who the fuck wants a real debate? I'm coming with the facts now. Let's go. Who wants that fucking smoke? Ain't nobody in the YTBC want any shit. Full of fucking wackos. Yeah? Because they get so fucking involved in the fighter that they can't handle their fucking feelings, bruh. You get me? They can't fucking handle their fucking feelings, bro. Mans are on their fucking mad ones out there. Yo, can you hear me? Yo, mic check. Can you hear me? Mic check. I can't hear nobody, bro. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear I can't see if you can hear me clearly. Can't you hear me clearly? Because I ain't got time for this shit, bro. Just like the Americans say, y'all don't know shit about boxing. Yeah? Isn't that what me American brothers say? Y'all don't know shit about boxing. Y'all are a bunch of motherfucking fools. Yeah? Y'all don't know shit about boxing. Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Hey, yo, facts over fangirls. I want you to hit the link, bro. How about that, bro? I want facts over fangirls to hit the link. Will facts over fangirls hit the link? That's where we at now. We're changing this game now, bro. Whoever got anything to say, yeah, I want you to tell me, are you ready to hit the link? Because I ain't got time for your shit, homie. I ain't got time for your shit, homie. Have you got the balls to have an articulate, intelligent conversation, debate, smoke, everything? Yes or no? I'm waiting to hear from anybody who wants to let me know if you got anything to say, bro. Hit the fucking link. Hey, listen, I want to know what. Can you not handle a verbal discussion? Yeah? Is this a verbal discussion that you can't handle mentally? You better let me know right now because I'm waiting. Yeah, you see, we can't hear this guy anymore, bro. Next one, please. Can somebody else ring the doorbell? I'm waiting, bro. Can somebody else hit the doorbell, bro? Yeah? Can somebody else let me know? Knock, knock. Is anyone there, bro? Ah, yeah. Hey, look, let me just say this, bro. Right now, I think the biggest fangirls, I don't know, we got to talk about it, bro. Who are the most worst fangirls right now? The top three fangirls right now, fam. I'm waiting. Let me know, man. Who are the worst fangirls in boxing right now? I'm waiting. Let's talk. I'm waiting, fam. Who are the fangirls out there who are the worst at the moment? Boxing voice, Canelo Alvarez fangirls. Number two, Punch Drunk, you're funny, bro. Rap, get them mods. They're from the school of tons. Rap, get new mods. They're from the school of tons. Bro, why don't you hit the link, bro, so we can talk some shit? The tank sexuals. Oh, the tank sexuals. The tank sexuals are the number one up there, yeah? Mexican boxing. Mirage. Mm-hmm. Hey, Roger that. Hit the link, bro. Hit the link, fam. Canelo fans. The Canelo fans are whack, yeah? Canelo fans are still fucking wanting the rematch against Terence Crawford, yeah? Canela, Canela. I wanted to suck your left bull bags, but you left me hanging, Canelo. Are you talking about that, Canelo, yeah? Are we talking about Canelo Alvarez, yeah? The man that fucking got himself fucking looking like a fucking bruised up fucking beetroot. Huh? Are we still looking for Canelo to get that rematch against Terence Crawford? Is that what you want? But Rapstar, give me a second, guys. And you guys need to give me just 1 minute and we'll be back live in a minute. Anyway, you see certain neighbors, yeah? That neighbor can go fuck himself. Neighbor trying to complain I'm making noise. So I live in a very gated community, yeah? So the concierge must have said, hey, there's a bit of noise going on. What the fuck is the noise going on? Let me shut this door, bro. Stupid nosy ass neighbor. Yeah? I'm fucking making noise. We're passionate boxing fans, bro. These people are fucking stupid. Honestly. You gotta have some fun in your life, man. People are too serious out here. That's the problem, man. They say we're making too much noise, but mind you, the doors were open, the balcony was open, everything was open, and I was standing in my fucking balcony having a nice fucking chat. You know what I'm saying? People got nothing better to do but complain, man. That's all they want to do is complain. So fuck them, bro. I'm not even trying to be so loud, but I see it. Not everybody's having fun in life, you know what I mean? Only one face of boxing. Oh, yeah, rap be nice. The neighbors, you know, you're right. Mm. Facts, right? Lol, is your dog barking? Nah, bro. Ain't no dog barking, man. But I don't know what's going on. I was in the balcony enjoying my life. You know what I mean? Hey, watch out. He don't call the cops. He can't call the cops. You got to go through the concierge. You got to go through the security out here. Then, if the security feel like the person's taking the piss, right? Then they're going to, you know what I mean? Anyway, the The brothers are the worst, number one worst. Fuck the neighbor, it's the Montana world. You know what I mean? Montana world, bruv. Man, wait till the free smoke is really there. Then these people ain't ready for me. You know what I'm saying? When the free smoke is there, these people ain't ready for me. Most people are chronic bitches. Snipe. Yeah. Proper chronic bitches, man. These guys have got nothing better to do but complain. But you know what? Anyway, let's keep it moving, yeah? Nah, give me a second. Where were we? So, right now, we got the Moses Atuma fight. But what else is the fucking fuck going on in boxing that I'm fucking need to jump up and down, do the splits, or do a somersault and talk to everybody like we're roasting fucking, sitting here having some fucking beautiful steak or something? What else is going on in the sport that I'm meant to fucking be sitting there having a wank over? I'm waiting. Let me know. What else is going on, bro? Never ready, yeah? Okay. Canelo has a hell of a fight coming up, yeah? Mobili is a dog, all right? Yeah, so Canelo versus Mobili is probably the next big fight, isn't it? Really? Navarrete versus Oshaki is a good fight. Is that fight signed and sealed yet, or is it just talk? Moses gonna bust up Hergovich. Well, the world is saying that anyway. And if it's any less than that, Moses is going to get cursed out by every single person in the world again. That's how boxing is. Canelo going to beat Mabili. Lester Martinez this Saturday. Okay. Lester really beat Mabili. Boxing is a bit dry this summer. Yeah, bruv, there ain't much more going on, is there, really? What else is fucking happening this year? What else are we meant to jump up and dance about and think, yeah, mate, this is happening, this is happening? I don't see that much happening, is it, though, bruv? You tell me. I don't see that much going on, bruv, unless there's something else happening. Let me have a look what's going on in the game. Because since I've been away, yeah, they've been talking a lot of shit, but I ain't seen many signed fights. Garcia versus Ben is the biggest fight coming up, bruv. Yeah? Garcia and Ben is the biggest fight now at the moment. The most hyped, the most energy is Garcia and Ben is going to be the fight at this moment. There ain't much bigger than that at the moment, is there? Yeah? There ain't much bigger than that, mate, at this moment, as far as I know. Garcia and Ben, I think, is the biggest fight on Zuffa, from what I understand. I don't know what else is going on, bruv. You tell me. Virgil and Charlo speculation. I saw that, but that's nothing. That's just internet shit. Ben gonna knock out Ryan out. You reckon? But Ben's coming to 147, bruv. And Ryan Garcia looks like he's got more energy at 147 than Ben might. And I don't know if Ben has the accuracy he don't have. Ben is a barn burner. He can punch, but he's not as accurate. It just depends. Or is Ryan Garcia going to get frigid after one punch? I mean, you can break Ryan Garcia's confidence if you land a big shot on him. You understand? If you land a big enough punch on Ryan Garcia, you can break the man's confidence. That's a fact. There's nothing denying that, my friend. Yeah? If you land some big shots on Ryan Garcia, bro, I'll tell you this right now, you break that man's game plan. You change the way Ryan thinks, you break him mentally. You understand that? Pacheco versus Munguia might be at the end of the year. It wants to be. Fandora versus announced. Give me a second, guys. Give me a minute. Boots versus Josh Kelly. What three fights would you like to see get made and no talk? Why don't you tell me that instead? What three fights would you be happy to see get made now? How about that? Hmm? What three fights would you be over the moon with? You get me? Virgil versus Boots. KEYSHAWN Duck. Boots versus Fandora for 1. Virgil versus Boots. Shiraz versus Genovic. Is Ortiz really going to fight Charlo? I mean, these are fights that sound good, though, don't they? Come on. These fights fucking sound good, bruv. I'm sick of fights sounding good. How about that? Yeah? Sick of fights just sounding good. Sounds good. You get me, bruv? Sounds good, doesn't it? Man, fuck sounding good, man. Get the fights together, man. Stop playing games with us, you know what I mean? All these fights that just sound good. It's too much bullshit talk, man. Boxing's fucking so much bullshit sometimes, bro. Honestly. I couldn't even tell you. Half of these fights that we're talking about don't even get made, man. If you ask me, that Dalton Smith fight's going to happen, yeah. That's going to be happening. That's no word of lie. Let me see something. Give me a sec. Yeah, that Dalton Smith versus Puello fight, that's on. That's definitely on. Now, I know that Genovic is trying to get back in position to get his belt, even after the drug test and all that, and people are making a scene. Now, fuck it, bruv. Let Genovic come and fight Shiraz. I like it. Because at the end of the day, he's got to come back anyway. He's going to get drug tested, isn't he? So it just is what it is now, isn't it, bruv? What are you going to do? You got to fight, ain't he? But they putting him right at the top to fight the top for the belt. So he's coming back, I'm hearing. Who's Alexander Usyk fighting? I thought he's fighting Deontay Wilder, bro. What happened to Usyk? Huh? I thought Usyk gonna fight Deontay Wilder. What happened to that? Oh shit! Give me a second, guys. Give me one. Give me 1 second, guys. KB. Give me a minute, guys. I'm multitasking here, bruv. All right, that's done. Fine. Let me save that. Cancel, save. All right, let's carry on. Give me a second. Yeah, we're back. Shiraz scared of Genovic. Okay. Australia Tim owns Jamel. You reckon? I don't know, man. Tim beat a fucking halfway Errol Spence. And even then, it didn't look the best, to be fair with you. You understand what I'm saying? It didn't look the best of the best to me. It really didn't. You might think it's the best for you, but I didn't think that was a really good top. Tim looked like he's lucky that Errol Spence was like that, mate. If, you know, the Errol Spence that came to get the paycheck is the Errol Spence that he got. He's lucky for that. He got Errol Spence on his resume. That's Errol Spence's only other loss. That's Errol Spence's only other loss, man. You understand what I'm saying? So that was a good win for Tim Tszyu just to get that on his fucking resume. Yeah, for sure, mate. For sure. But anyway, lads, we're going to get ready for this fight in the weekend. Moses Ituma versus Hergowicz. I don't know what else is going on in the mix. I don't see much smoke at the moment. I don't see much noise at the moment unless you guys are telling me what's going on. I see a lot of bullshit on the internet, a lot of back and forth, but no concrete fucking evidence. You know what I mean? There's just a lot of fucking same old shit, really, isn't there? Everybody talking a big talk, but not everybody's walking the big talk. Even Fury and AJ's come to a load of bullshit, innit, really? Even Fury and AJ ain't doing much right now, are they? I mean, they're saying they're going to fight. They're saying they're not going to fight. They're saying they're going to fight. And then they're saying, well, the fight's in America. Now everybody's making a Ponzi out of it. Is it going to happen? Is Anthony Joshua saying, nah, I want it in England, mate. I don't want to go to America. They're trying to get more money out of the fucking sheikh. The sheikh is trying to shake everyone up and bully everyone where he wants to fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit going on, bruv. Behind the scenes, they tell you this is happening, then this ain't happening. I don't know what's happening with that Fury thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? That Fury and fucking AJ has fucking been a lot of gas in it, a lot of gassing today, a lot of gas talk, man, for about a week. Every day there's this. Oh well, there is the fight. The fight is signed. The fight is sealed. The fight is happening. Now the fight's not happening in England. So now the fight is not signed. The contract is breached. We're hearing all kinds of shit with this Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight, man. There ain't no concrete. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have to make it happen anyway. Fury and Joshua squabbling over money. Just stupid though, isn't it, bruv? Where is the Zufaru at? Yeah, what's happened to that cunt? Where's all that geezer Zufaru gone? Where's that cunt? Where's Carl the cunt gone? You ain't seen none of them for ages. I ain't seen no one, mate. Where's all the Australian crowd? Hey, who's here from Australia right now? Australia's sleeping or what? Huh? Where's all the Australian crowd out there? Carl got done with boxing. What happened? His best fighter, Jay Optaya, never got the fight. Why is Carl done with boxing? Because Jay Optaya never got the fight. What is it? I can only think of something like that, mate. That Jay Optaya never got the fight, mate, and Carl's fucking had enough of everything. Yeah? It might be real. I'm getting blocked. I'm right here. I keep getting blocked, rap. That's not you. Where you got your real account, bruv? That's not you. That's a fake account, mate. Yeah? That's nothing to do with you. That's a fake account. Stop faking it, bruv. Stop faking it, Carl. Where's your real account, mate? Yeah? Stop lying. Yeah? Yeah? Stop the lies, man. That's not your real account, bruv. That says something else. You had a proper account with a proper fucking what's it called? Monetization. You had a fucking yeah, that's not your account, bruv. You're capping, bruv. That's Carl's fucking troll. That's the troller, innit? That's got to be a troller out there, man. That ain't no Cole. Coles, they said, has fucking gone missing after J Tire not getting the fight, bruv. Huh? So I don't know who that is, man. That's just, is he capping round one? Is that not Carl or is that somebody else, bruv?
Yeah, man, I haven't even seen Carl in a minute, man. I heard he just done with boxing, or because you see him in a couple other panels, and yeah, man, Carl's nowhere to be found, man. He's like on a carton of milk somewhere, bro.
Where is he? Is he all right? Is
I
everything
mean,
all right
he
with him?
should be all right, but I'm hearing he's just tired of boxing, the politics, and he's just tired of the sport that he likes,
Yeah, that happens to the best of the people, man. They get really, really frustrated with the sport,
And
especially when you see all the politics and you ain't getting the fights. And, there's a lot of fake cheering and cheerleaders and a lot of shit going on in the sport, right? So it's like that, isn't it? The sport.
yeah, well, that's what
You know?
that's what I heard. So, shout out to Carl. Hopefully, he come back, and his boy is fighting soon. So, I'm hoping he come back, and you know,
Well, you ain't
to
seen him
support
on
his boy.
you ain't seen him on the other platforms or nothing,
No,
no?
I haven't seen him in a minute, man.
That's crazy, bro. That's mad, you know. That's mad out there.
Hey, so you going to that Atama fight, the
Yeah,
boxing
I'm going
fight?
this weekend. Yeah, yeah.
So who you got on that one?
I mean, Atama, innit, obviously. I mean, of course I'm rooting for Atama, innit? I'm going to the fight. I already seen Atama a couple of days ago when he was having his interview at the hotel. I was there. So he's looking calm, cool, collective. But, this is a big fight for Atama now. You know what I'm saying? This is the fight that's going to make him the name. You understand? This is the fight that people are going to say, well, can he do the same that he's done to everybody else and do it to Hergovich? So the world is expecting that out of this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm going for him too. I know his last stablemate lost to Dubois and shit, and it kind of looking. Hopefully, he don't looking like he losing. I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna become a champion, and maybe he could push on for a unification, maybe with Giasov or somebody. But yeah, man, this is gonna be a good fight. I'm anticipating a knockout within the later rounds, so maybe around 8 or 9. Probably take him out.
See, this is what I'm saying, bro. If this geezer beats this guy and he don't knock him out, people are going to get ready to start downplaying this guy because they're all expecting nothing less but what? A knockout, bro. Nothing less. So I feel like Moses Atuma's got a pressure of the world. Forget pressure of England. That the man's been named compared to Mike Tyson, bro.
For
So you
real.
know where we're coming from now.
Shit.
You know
Well,
what I
I
mean?
mean, the heavyweights right now, it's riding on you guys. The UKs have the heavyweights. We ain't got nobody. The last hope got knocked out by a Cuban, a 40-year-old Cuban. So American heavyweights ain't doing good. The UK heavyweights are the guys that are taking over. They're the ones that are gonna hold the crown. We've seen Fury, AJ hold it, and we're gonna see some of these guys hold it too, man, especially Otama. I'm thinking he's gonna hold this shit, hold it down for a minute. Um, but the next fight for me, if he does knock him out, he should be fighting someone like a Dubois. Well, no, not Dubois. Fuck no. I think Wardley's gonna get a rematch with him. So it has to be Giasov. Maybe that'd be a good fight. We know Usyk isn't fighting no more. He's done. He's out. People tell me Otama versus Wilder. Like, man, come on now, man. We ain't doing that. We ain't gonna let Wilder get done like that. So there's some championship fights for me to see with him. A couple of other contenders coming up too. But these are the young guys, man. These are the guys we're gonna be looking and watching for the next 10 years or so. The other guys are old. The other guys are gone. They're already done. AJ and Fury. It's gonna be the last big hurrah for these two. And after
So
that, man,
let's forget about AJ Fury. Who are the top three heavyweights? This is to everybody in the live right now. Who are the top three heavyweights of your eyes when you're looking at fighters? eyes test in the heavyweight division?
Well, for sure. I mean, it's still Usyk, but until he retires, of course, I have to have the champion Dubois up there. He's a champion. Giasov, I'm not. He's a champ, but I can't put him up there. So I would have to put Atama or Wardley, one of those guys. So those three guys right there to me: Wardley, Atama, Usyk, fucking Dubois. Those four guys. I mean, Usyk is gone, so I could put those three guys right there.
You got Moses Atuma, Caballo, Daniel Dubois. I mean, who else is at heavyweight right now that's making noise, or even within that reach, apart from Usyk? I'm just thinking. I mean, the heavyweight division is a division that one man can't separate himself. There's always got to be competition, right? So for Moses Atuma, who can beat this guy? Frank Sanchez?
Yeah, I forgot that. I don't think so, man. Frank Sanchez, that would be a good fight, though. I would like to see that. If he does take this fight, wins that Frank Sanchez fight, that's a good fight. So I would lean on fucking Atama to knock out Frank. Frank is old. I mean, he's good, but I don't know, man. The young guys are they're the ones that are gonna take it, man.
Yeah, I believe at the end of the day, Moses is Caballo able to give him any smoke? Is Frank Sanchez going to give him the smoke? Is you know, who we got? Daniel Dubois. Is Daniel Dubois going to give Moses Atuma the smoke? But we really got to, just see how Moses handles Philip Hergovich. Hergovich ain't no push over, but he's been beat. He ain't no world champion, but he's world underworld championship level. He's at the level that if you beat him, you know that this fight is also for a belt. With Moses Atuma, Philip Ergovich, the fight is for a belt. Just to let you know.
Yeah, I mean, true. But to me, yeah, man, I'm just looking at a good fight between Wardley, Frank Sanchez, throw in Dubois in there, Giasov in there. You got some pretty good fights you can mix and match right there. Like I said, I think Wardley is gonna get his rematch with Dubois, which that fight was a good fight, man. That was a good fight.
What about Joseph Parker? What do you think of him?
Oh yeah, he's there. You go, another guy. Look, his cocaine shit. They turned over that, so that ain't no problem now. He's in the mix. We're here. Oh, let's see. I don't know, man. Andy Ruiz. He could be in the mix too. We got to see where Andy is. He's old. He hasn't fought in like a couple years. The man
Yeah.
is the man has been missing longer than Carl, bro. I mean, we haven't seen this guy in the ring for since the Miller fight, I believe, and that was a minute ago. So we could throw in Andy if he's still good enough to get in the mix right there. But man, the new wave of heavyweights, man, we got. I'm very excited about these guys. The Wardleys, the Thomas, the Boys. These guys are pretty dope.
So what else you waiting for this year? So what's happening with Conor Ben and Ryan Garcia?
Ooh, fuck, man. I mean, like I said, I think this is Conor Ben's last fight. He's been looking like he's been dropping hints of moving up after. So I could see if he wins, loses, whatever, he's moving up. I want Conor Ben to win. I think Conor Ben winning would do good for the sport. Brian Garcia winning, it'd probably be like really no one would care. I mean, I don't know.
I think a lot of people would care more
Yeah, but who would want to
because
see
of the
like?
world of Mexico and America. They would care more if Ryan Garcia wins.
Well, yeah, I mean, Brian should win. The way we've seen Conor Ben with Regis, he didn't look good. He didn't, yeah, at all. He didn't look good at all. I know if Ryan was in there with Regis at 150, he would have fucking sparked his ass out. So
Mm.
Yeah, man. This might be a bad, but then again, bro, I be looking at Ryan on these YouTube clips. Like he's not even training hard. Like, or I don't know if he started train. Motherfucker sparring Neon. Motherfucker sparring fucking fucking all these fucking streamers, bro. Like I don't know if he's like taking it serious or not. You know.
I haven't seen him for a bit though.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it too. Yeah, Ryan got more power than Connor Ben at 170. Uh, I mean, the last time I seen Connor at 170, yeah, that was a long ass time ago too. So he coming back down, shrinking himself back down. It's not going to do any good for him. I wish he would have fought at 154 or something, but whatever. I mean, he's going to lose to Ryan in my eyes, and I guess he moves up.
That means then Ryan Garcia becomes one of the biggest names, like he is already. He beats
Yeah,
Conor Ben.
yeah, I
He'll
mean,
become.
yeah. Right now with Ryan, I think after this Conor Ben fight, we don't know who's he gonna fight. Maybe Tio or something, because I know he said no to Devin Haney. Like I think I don't know if he's capped or not, but he's like he's not giving a time to Devin Haney. He already says I beat him already, this and that. So I don't think he's fighting Devin Haney yet. And then rest in peace, Devin Haney's mother. I don't see Devin Haney fighting throughout the rest of this year. Maybe we'll see him again next year.
How
And
low? How low of Tank Davis to rest in peace to Haney's mum?
oh
And you
yeah,
saw what Tank Davis said.
yeah, man, that was a low move for Tank. I mean, Tank has always talked shit, but that was a low bar move. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if Haney said something like that to Tank if Tank mom gone. A lot of people would be like, "Oh well, that's the same shit."
I don't think
The
Haney's
way
got
that
that
Tank tried
nature.
to make it seem like, "Oh, this guy dissed my mom, so I'm gonna diss his mom." Like, nah, that was a low in the belt, low below the balls type shit. That
Way
motherfucker
below.
needs to shut up.
That was bad to see Tank even go stupid like that.
The man hasn't fought yet. The man has to fight court dates first before fighting anybody in the ring. So I don't know what he gonna be doing. I don't even know when we gonna see Tank back in the ring. To be honest,
Oh my god.
we gonna see Devin in the ring before we see Tank.
Yeah, see
And
Tank in
remember,
the.
we haven't seen Devin in the ring since November of last year. So it's gonna almost gonna become a year since he's fought, and it was against Brian Norman.
I forgot that. How long has it been?
It's been since November of last year. So November the 12th, I think the fight was or something. So yeah, it's been a minute.
Wow.
Like yeah, but like 9 months.
Hey. So
Then
man, the
with
man
yeah,
just.
but that's what I'm saying with his mom passing rap. I don't see Haney fighting the rest of the year. Maybe a fight in the end of the year, but I doubt that. I think he's gonna stick out the rest of this year and then probably take a fight next year.
You think so? I mean, Devin Haney is having bad luck. Keyshawn Davis don't want to fight him. Shakur Stevenson making all these new situations. So, I mean, who would you like to see Devin Haney fight, bro?
I mean, I wanted to see him and Shakur. That was the fight to make, and then especially Shakur went down, and then Keyshawn was coming up. That was a good fight in itself as well. Keyshawn with Shakur. Now that's not happening. I'm hearing Liam Paro is pricing himself out too. Liam Paro, why you pricing yourself out anyways, bro? Like, come on, So that's another fight that's out the window for. So yeah, man, you got people ducking Devin. You got people outpricing themselves and people just making shit up. So I don't know what Devin's gonna do. I think the next fight he should fight is
What
a
about Jack
champion.
Cattrall? What
I
about
don't see
Haney
that.
versus Jack Cattrall?
I don't see that. I think Jack Haddo is gonna. Tio said he's not fighting Jack, but I think that's gonna be the next fight for Tio. Is gonna be Jack Haddo.
Why
Um,
is that?
because Jack got the WBA belt, and I could see them trying to push it. And since he signed with the Zone, and Matchroom is with the Zone, Tio can make a something work with Matchroom. since that's the fight to make, right? With Jack, unless he's gonna do with someone like Paro. I know Paro threw his hat out there for him. Like, oh, let's fight me and you. So, but I don't know, man. I'm thinking Jack is the next fight for Tio.
Nah, Tio said he don't want to fight Jack.
Yeah, but he even said Devin's last. Like, I don't even think he gonna fight Devin. He gonna keep all them belts. He's not gonna fight him. If he didn't fight him before at 135, he had a better chance back then. Why? What's he gonna fight him now when he looks worse? Like, yeah, no, man.
Yo, give me 1 second, round one. Just give me 1 minute. I'll be back. Just
Man, I'll
one
hold
minute.
it down.
Tell these people about the fight with Tio and Rolly. What did you think?
Oh man, just all right. So yeah, guys, whoever else paid pay-per-view for that, man, I hope you get your refund because that shit was fucking garbage. I mean, there was no noticeable names on that undercard too. And yeah, man, that was just a trash ass card. A lot of people already know how bad that card looked. Rolly was even trash. Rolly was just see, this is why Rolly becoming a champion just makes the belts like not mean shit. Because if Rolly become a champion, then it just you got people crappy like that becoming champion shows me like, yeah, man, the fucking division sucks, or it's just the politics in it, and it is the politics in it. Of course, the division sucks too. You got Broly as champ and Tio as champ, but yeah, man, $80 for a Broly Tio pay per view, man. Oh man, fuck no, fuck that.
How much was it?
$80, man. It was a $80 pay per view. I don't know because some people have ultimate tier, so they don't have to buy that shit. So I don't have that. I pay the regular subscription. So. But yeah, man, everybody in the chat, yeah, look at that, Roger, that knows it wasn't $80 worth. Hell no, it wasn't $80 worth pay per view for that bullshit. Did Punch Drunk attend the Tio fight? Just want to know. Oh, you already know he probably did, bro. Tio probably cost him the tickets too. Yeah, man. That Rolly fight, he want a rematch too. Rolly, get back in line, bro. Go fight Giasov or Jack Catterall or somebody, bro. Go fight one of them guys, or so go fight somebody else, bro. Go try to get a Ryan rematch, cause you got your ass beat by fucking Tio. You weren't doing shit. You was just stepping back. Like, who the fuck was you? Like, yeah, man, this is why you lost, bro. This is why you lost, bro. And thinking you was winning, thinking you needed a rematch and deserve one. Like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. If you did win, thank God you didn't. You probably wouldn't be fighting for another year. You still on that PBC contract, They got to pile up that money somehow and get it from somewhere and then line you up like within a year later. So thank God he's not champion because that would have been horrible. Bro would have been fucking sitting down another year. And now we got Tio, and Tio, I think he should fight. And probably next year he'll fight early next year. And it should be Jack if he's not fighting Paro. And Leon Paro is the unification fight. Then Jack gotta go unify his Reggie belt with this boy. So that should be the fight. But I wouldn't be mad either one, Jack or Paro. That's a good fight. Or unless he gets the winner of Connor Ben or Ryan. Well, Ryan beats Connor, if he gets that one, that's another good fight. But I doubt he takes that. That's a more dangerous fight. Ryan's a little more dangerous.
What do you want Tio to do?
Yeah,
TFimo
man.
reckons he's gonna be undisputed at 147.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, look, if he's gonna do it easy, like the first one he should go is Liam Paro. That's the easy route. Devin Haney's gonna be last, because he's gonna be the toughest challenge, and then Ryan Garcia is gonna be before that because also a tough challenge, but also a dangerous one because you could get knocked out. I could see him get dropped plenty times by Ryan, probably get sparked out by like the ninth. Like,
But Tio's done smart business now because
yeah, well, yeah,
he's got one of the belts and he's got a name, which means that he's still in the mix. And he's going to get a big payday because he is one of the four champions now at 147. Teofimo is now a three-weight world champion.
Yeah,
You can't take that away from him.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Teofimo is now the name for anyone else to want to fight him for a belt. So he's got himself back into the big time.
But yeah, man, fuck, dude, this is fucking crazy. Tio is a champion, three divisions. Next fight for him, it should be, like I said, it should be a unification with Liam Paro. That's the easiest fight for him.
Why Leon Paro?
Yeah, because like I said, I think Liam Paro is a little the easier fight, more easier than a Ryan Garcia, a guy who got who's a little. I think he's taller than Paro. Also has the reach length as well, more bigger length than Paro, if I'm not mistaken. I would go with Liam, then I would go Ryan, and then like he said, Devin Haney's the last guy. You guys are both signed to the zone exclusively, so yeah, if y'all do that, y'all it would make sense. That would be probably a pay per view or something, you know. I would think Liam Paro and Tio would be pay per view, but they shouldn't put that pay per view because that I mean, fuck, dude. Where are they gonna put it? Australia? I mean, that you got to do it out there to sell it, right? Isn't it? You know. So I don't know, man. They should just do that like for free. You know, I heard Sebastian Fundора's fight. He's gonna fight somebody that's gonna be on DAZN and TNT. They should do that one, the Leon Paro, and because we for sure gonna know him fighting Devin or him fighting Ryan is gonna be on pay per view. We're gonna have to buy that shit. It's gonna be on DAZN pay per view. So for at least one fucking fight, give us fucking Leon Paro for free or something, man. Like motherfuckers can't be spending fucking money on fucking pay per views like that, man. Which would be a good fight, like I said, Leon Paro, easier fight, in my opinion. Um, like I said, Jack Catterall got his Reggie belt. He could unify with Tio. That's another easy fight for Tio. I could see. Well, it won't be a little. It'd be easier. Yeah, it'd be a little easier maybe to me than. Well, see, Liam Parr, I think it'd be easier. I don't know, but those two are easy fights, a little easy fights for Tio, in my opinion. The two guys he's gonna have trouble with is Ryan and Devin. You know, Devin, of course, he gonna move a lot and make sure he counters well and stuff. And then Ryan, you know, he gonna make sure he makes you pay and shit. You know, he gonna push you back. He gonna drop you and stuff. So um, yeah, you leave those two last, I guess, and then
Uh-huh.
fight Liam Paro, and if you fight in Catterall, and you fight that dude, fight him, and then yeah, you get your big pay per view fights with fucking Devin and Ryan, and those would be a big fight. Let's say Tio does what he does. Let's say him and Ryan happen. After he beats Liam Paro, and he beats Ryan, that I think that fight with Devin would be big. They would sell it as a pay per view, a big pay per view. That would be like these two champions should have been fought at 135. Never happened. Now here you go, serving it on to you on the zone pay per view. So he's got to play the moves, play the part, and stick to the game plan. I would say he should fucking I don't know, man. Let's just say he should switch another coach and stay with his dad, but he gonna do him, man. He gonna do what he does. It's still working.
Hmm. Yeah, man. I'm just multitasking. I'm on the other phone. Yeah, so I think the big fight now is this weekend, and then after that we get ready. When's Ryan and Conor Ben again? When is Ryan Garcia versus Conor Ben fight again? About 3 weeks, in it. I think we got 3 weeks left. You understand? I think we got about 3 weeks left. Or was it September the 12th? Okay. September the 12th, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look, man, Conor Ben is tough as nails. He's never lost at a smaller weight. His first time making that weight again after some years, but it doesn't mean that he can't make it. It just they don't. It's going to take a bit out of him. But Ryan Garcia is hot and cold. He can come out on his best day and look really great, and then some days he gets touched up, and then he don't want to fight anymore. So it just depends what Ryan Garcia comes in the mix, bro. We can't guarantee you that Ryan Garcia is coming out all flying colours when you know that Ryan Garcia sometimes is not showing us that he can beat the Rollies or he's losing to Rollies. That sometimes gives you a thing to think that sometimes Ryan is not at his, not always as sharp or not always on the ball like that. So at this point, Conor Ben, he's a live animal. Conor Ben definitely is a live animal. If you want to make Ryan Garcia the favorite, I get that. But Conor Ben ain't no slouch. He's a live animal, bruv. He can definitely give Ryan Garcia, can, catch him a couple of good shots. And Ryan Garcia might not want to fight fluently as much as he does. And if Ryan Garcia's confidence gets broke by Conor Ben landing some big shots on him, then you know the fight's going to change. Ryan Garcia will lose his fucking shit, mate. I'm telling you. Ryan Garcia will start to get shook up, bruv. If you land on him heavy, you know what I mean, bruv? You land on Ryan Garcia heavy, bruv. You're on the mix, mate. You know you're getting somewhere. You gotta land big shots on Ryan Garcia, man, early. You gotta land some heavy shots on Ryan Garcia, bruv. You get me? You can't just expect Ryan to get away slot free, bruv. You gotta catch Ryan Garcia with big shots like Rolly Romero did, and you break Ryan Garcia's confidence. Yeah? And once you break Ryan Garcia's confidence, Ryan Garcia hasn't got the fluency and the way that he can fight with his confidence. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, bro. And if Ryan Garcia gets scared of Conor Ben in that ring, yeah, then Ryan Garcia will lose. Yeah? If Ryan Garcia mentally second guesses himself against Conor Ben, if he feels some big shots, he might not let his hands go. He might start to act like Adrian Broner, bro. And you never know. Ryan Garcia might not be able to bring it like you're expecting it. Because that's Ryan Garcia for you, bro. You get me? That is Ryan Garcia for you, man. No word of lie. Rap, he will stop Conor. Be real. All right, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Conor Ben going to be drained too. Yeah, but we're just relying on Conor Ben being drained. That's the only reason that you got Ryan Garcia winning. It's because you're hoping that Conor Ben is drained. That's it, bruv. That's the reason, mate. There ain't no other reasons, bruv. That's the main reason. You understand what I'm saying? That is your main reason, bruv. No cap. That's your biggest reason right now. Uh-huh. Yo, what's going on, peoples? So who you got then? Ryan Garcia then, innit? Everybody's got Ryan Garcia winning the fight against Conor Ben. There's no debate. There's nothing to talk about then, is there? If all of you say that Ryan Garcia gonna win, and then all right. If Ryan Garcia loses, man, then I want to hear from you. If Ryan Garcia loses, then I want to hear from you, bro. I want you guys to start capping on yourself and don't turn up and then just say I don't want to. Then you lose your energy because you thought that Ryan Garcia is going to do this and do this and do that, and then Ryan Garcia don't do shit. And then what? Huh? Then you ain't going to feel good about that, are ya? Then you're going to ask yourself, bruv, what the fuck? Why did Ryan not perform? How come Ryan looked frigid? Why wasn't Ryan throwing big shots? Ryan got hurt in the third round, and after that, he didn't do much. Man, Ryan's trash. This is what I'm going to hear, bruv. Ryan's trash. Ryan ain't shit, bro. He ain't do shit, bruh. Yeah, I know you guys. You guys, 1 minute are Ryan Garcia's best friends. Next minute, you don't even know if the guy's coming or going, bro. Ryan Garcia gets one good win. He's the best. It's Ryan Garcia. He's not a YouTuber. He's the best. Trust me, bro. Once Ryan Garcia, one time. It just takes you guys one time, bro. And he's the best. The best we ever seen in our life. It's Ryan Garcia. But Ryan Garcia looked like shit. And then he's like, nah, bro, this guy's shit. He's a YouTuber. I know how you guys stay, bro. You guys are always on the bandwagon. Once a fighter's doing good, and once the fighter's doing shit, then you bring out all the facts why he's shit and why he ain't doing this and why the fighter ain't that. Bruv, mans are always there moving with the time. Ryan Garcia's like one of them guys, bro. He's either hot or cold. When he's hot, mans are always say, yeah, Ryan's that guy, rap star. It's all about Ryan, rap star. But when Ryan Garcia looks shit, man, this guy's a YouTuber, bro. This guy's some fucking social media star. Ryan Garcia don't take no boxing serious, bro. Ryan Garcia's shit. It's always hot and cold with that guy, bro. But let's see, bro. Let's see. Because Ryan Garcia definitely needs to prove it at 147. Man, that's his weight class now. You get me? That's his weight class now, bro. Give me a sec. Rap star. Look at the Garcia last interview. Who? He was twitching and snoring. His nose kept sniffing, shifting, and he was snorking like a crackhead. Who you talking about, bruh? Who you talking about, fam? I don't know who you're on about, bro. You get me? I don't know what you talking about there. Who's that guy? Who that guy that you talking about? Huh? Who that guy you talking about? Give me a second, my brethren. Give me a second, my brethren. Oh, you're talking about Ryan. Yeah. Ryan Garcia on the drugs, yeah? Are you saying Ryan Garcia's on the drugs or what? What are you trying to say, bro? What are you trying to say, my friend? Talk to me. Huh? What you trying to say, me old cocker? Talk to me, man. Give me a second, bro. So my question is, what fighter has the most security guard protective custody out there? What fighter has the most protective custody fan base out there? Answer that, bro, and let me know. What fighter has the most protective custody out there, bro? Huh? You know, Bomber Clark, man. Tank. Tank has the most protective custody, yeah? Is that what you're saying? Did you just say tank a tank? All right, mate. Why is Bam ducking in a way? Well, you told me, innit, he's your favourite fighter. You understand? He's your favourite fighter, Bam Rodriguez. Talking all that talk, bruv. Yeah, James Fisher, what's happening?
It's JFL, but yeah,
What's wrong with you?
that's my
Can't hear you, mate.
it's
You're on
JFL.
mute, bruv. JFL.
What up, man?
Can't hear you, bruv. You're on mute, brethren. Take off your mute. Once you're off mute, man, we can hear you, fam. Let me see why he's on mute. Unmute you. Unmute yourself, bruh. Yo, JFL, unmute yourself, brother. You're on
Rap
mute,
star.
fam.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yo, this brother's not listening, bro.
Can you hear me? Rap
He's
star.
on mute, so I can't. Can anybody hear him, bro? Come off of mute, bro. Come off of mute, bro. I can't hear these people, bro. I can hear him. What was he saying, bro? Hey, yo, come back, guy. Whoever that was, come back, bro. What was he saying? What was the guy saying, bro? Come back here. Whoever that was, come back.
That should be better. Rap star.
Yo, what you
Can you
saying,
hear me?
bro? Yeah, I
What
can
up,
hear
rap
you
star?
now. I can hear you now, fam.
Okay, that's better. That's even better.
What you saying? Yo, what you
I, I,
saying,
want,
bro?
I wanted to say, it's been a minute since we chopped it up. You know what I mean? I just want to say for the first time ever on your panel, I'd like to just start off, congratulate you. I'd like to support Rap Star and your endeavors, and also your exclusive content that you are presenting, Rap Star. I wanted to say you kept it consistent. You came, you know what I mean? I don't know if you left or came back. I'm not really aware of that, but for most part, that's what I stands from. So just appreciate you, keeping your foot on next out here, and you're taking on debates, even recent interviews with Bill Haney. And
Mm,
I just want to, say that to you on a personal level. And
uh-huh.
you know how I do. I always get to the free smokes debates
Mm,
whenever it's time to, but also a proper dialogue as well. You know what I'm saying? So just on boxing alone, a lot of moving
mm.
parts are still going on in boxing, and also matchups that need to be made, make boxing great again. I'm on next out here too. I'm up here and boosting next out here too. You hear me? So my
Yeah,
thing
you've
is,
been on the next for a long time, though, innit? You've been in this game for what, 7, 8 years? I met you about 7 years ago.
it was just about around that time frame.
Around the time when before COVID or something, just around there. I remember,
Yeah.
I remember we met a long time ago, but regardless of how we met and what was going on and how mans were out there,
It was,
at, at the end of, like you just said, the consistent ones and the ones that are still alive and surviving are the ones that are still going. So maybe a lot of them are lost themselves in the sauce.
was a lot of things to keep up with, and you got to keep up with yourselves before you keep up with others. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
my thing is too, the heavyweight division. Uh, at one point, it was real heavy. It was real. How you say it? It was real stacked. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of hoopla surrounding the heavyweight division. So the heavyweight division, my concern, is still on its way there. It's still, everyone has opportunities. Everyone had a chance for the belts. Road to undisputed. Yeah, I mean, also fighters is also avoiding other fighters, and finally common opponents face each other in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So if I could throw some names out there, but I'm not sure, I know you caught up on heavyweight divisions or divisions for that matter, plural. Um, but my fights that I'm still champion on haven't yet take place. The story hasn't been told yet. So it's always a class course in heavyweight divisions in every division. And I just have my stances on that. So I'm not here to get petty or messy, but at the same time, feature the fire to these fighters who putting the black eye on the sport, and those need to pay homage to the heavyweight division, like the Lennox Lewis of the world, right? And they redeem themselves as boxing champions as they are, but haven't yet, you know, like for example, Rap Star,
Yeah.
I would say it's time for Usyk and Philip Herkovich. Long matchup overdue, a clash course of a matchup. Whether people feel about it or not, that's still a clash course matchup that still hasn't happened for boxing. It should have happened when he came in through cruiserweight. But Usyk, he might be the only heavyweight that's currently undefeated. But at the same time, he has to meet his challenger, meet his competition level, even when it comes to the likes of uh, opponents that he already faced and got a victory over. But yet still, he hasn't faced certain champions that I feel don't meet the criteria.
Man, all I know is that the heavyweight division needs a lot of energy now, and Moses Atuma is the guy that a lot of people feel like he can bring it back, but he don't have the personality. He might have the physical strength or give you some fights, but does he have the all-round package to carry the heavyweight division on his back?
What about Zhang? How you feel about Zhang?
Zhang's now on the bang, innit? He's been beat a couple of times. Zhang ain't got the aura anymore after losing a couple of fights. You know what I mean?
Well, here's my thing. Losing a couple of fights, we had to go down that list of multiple champions who was
Yeah.
undefeated became and eventually got a loss on their record. See what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but you know
So,
the problem is they don't respect it because he's 40 something years old and he's losing now. Where when he had the aura, was Zhang had the aura at one point that they even thought that he could beat any man. If you remember what I said, remember that clearly.
right, I recall.
hmm So he lost that aura at the moment. So people are not thinking he's a man that can go in there and damage people's homes. You know what I mean?
I mean, the
Continue.
aura has to be the aura of these boxers. To me, I give certain boxers grace at certain times of their point in their career. I don't necessarily write them off outright due to certain losses because it depends on how the fashion the loss was. It could be controversial losses. It could be multifaceted type of outwash type losses, or it could be a close fight. It ends up in the judge's hands, and then gave the victory to the wrongful opponent or rightful opponent. So I take losses in considerations on how the fashion or the showing of the fight it was, how it was itself. But that don't mean to negate or to void or to avoid other fighters who supposed to share the ring with. Now I have a question for you too.
Yeah.
So let me throw a name out there for you, man. Fernando Vargas Jr. at the moment, and also Sugar Shane Jr. I feel as though that's a clash course matchup, maybe a one division away, but that's a fight in the future of a clash course if they continuing on fighting their opponents. Now we have to get on this early, man, because although it's out of sight, out of mind for certain people who's on the boxing and owns certain fighters, we know a clash course when we see one. So how you feel about a Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. versus a Fernando Vargas Jr.?
I mean, that's a good fight for boxing. That's a good fight, which is just under world level or world title fights. But at the end of the day, Fernando Vargas Jr., I seen him last 3, 4 weeks ago when he come to do the BKFC out here. And, I feel like, I don't know if his mind is 1,000,000% behind the game of boxing and does he want to structure anything because maybe I feel like he's just going where the money is right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I'm saying we can't lead astray. We can't. He had a point of his career of 18 something wins, and what I'm
Mm.
saying is the focus of big money fights is prize fighting. Of course, you have to have prize fighting, but you also have to take risks. You also have to, you know, take on the challenges early on. Like we can't have the same type of uh, sentiments when it's surrounding certain fighters and apply it to other fighters and try to apply it to Fernando Vargas or Mosley Jr. You know what I'm saying? So the talks is always going to be the talks surrounding certain fighters. I just don't apply certain money aspects. I feel as though they might save the sport. I feel as though that's what the boxing game needs right now. Uh, a clash course such as that, and also the Suns, and take for example how impactful what Conor Ben and Chris Eubanks matchup was. Not just once, but multiple occasions they met up and Conor Ben redeemed himself. I mean, a young vet, a young contender versus a vet. You know what I'm saying? So based on the fathers getting the promotions or not, or they feel as though they're not being leveled to a level promotional wise of Fernando Vargas Jr. and Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. How you feel about the promotional standpoint when it comes to those type of fighters who need the more, not just because of their fathers, it's because of the fact they need that promotion to have their fight get steam.
But that makes a lot of sense. If I was a promoter I would definitely put that on stage, and I would put the Vargas name, the Mosley name, make that fight, sell a lot of tickets because that fight can make money without even having any medals behind it, just because of that name and the back in the day used their fathers and that. Slightly like Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben, but it can't be big as that. But they can build something out of that too. You know what I mean? Them two. I think that can work as a marketing point of view if you're doing business.
Well, you said if you face to face with these fighters,
Hmm.
uh, let them know directly. You know what I mean? That matchup still should be how you say it, a good 5 months promotion. Clash course
Yeah,
matchup. First, you got to take the matchup anyway. Yeah, I'm saying I have
yeah.
another name for you too. Now, it's on the female side of boxing as well. This is how I feel when it comes to just slightly what you think about female boxing at the moment. I got two names that I feel as though that's another good matchup that should be brewing and also long overdue. And prior to any retirement talks, I'm still saying it's still unfinished business. How you feel about Delphine, Pro Spoon, or Person versus Amanda Serrano?
I don't know the lady that you're talking about apart from Amanda Serrano because I don't really cover women's boxing in the most pugilist way. So the first lady you spoke to me about, you need to let me know about her, what she's saying.
Well, basically, she's a veteran of all veterans. She's an elite of all the elites, and she has a hard hitting what we ask for in boxing and for women's side of things. She has competition level over 50 fights, just like how Serrano have over 50 fights. So the matchup, what I'm saying is, they match up
Mhm.
perfectly. They end up, if they simultaneously throughout their career and they know each other by common opponents of a Katie Taylor, and who also shared a ring with a Serrano, and also shared a ring with a Delphine Pearl Spoon. So what I'm saying is that matchup can't be overlooked, and it's also shouldn't be taken lightly in the conversation. It should be championed on as the best fight to date, as Serrano had defeated her recent opponent. But when I'm saying this to you as Rap Star, she has overlooked and not to overshadow someone that's on her level. We talking about we want 50-50 fights. We champion on 50-50 fights. And I'm saying Delphine Persoon versus Amanda Serrano is that factual 50-50 fight. Split down the middle. Even when it comes to negotiations, I feel as though, even from a promotional standpoint, is a big deal. Now, Serrano, she might feel she wants to retire at this point. She want to leave it up to the younger generation of female fighters coming up in the game. I'm still saying it's still for unfinished business, even for Serrano for hurrah hurrah or last fight ever. If you can have a multi plural of a rival fight, not just a rival
Mhm.
fight, a plural, a plural situation with a name officially stamped on it, and I'm championing on the matchup between the Delphine Persoon versus a Serrano, Amanda Serrano. That's the epic of all epics for women boxing matchup there. But just to just pin you on uh, the fighters that I feel as though they holds weight and holds a 50-50 uh, scenario in boxing, in women's boxing. Same thing like with the men. We didn't want the 50-50 fights, correct? So that's what I'm championing on. Unfinished business for both these ladies that I'm speaking of. Clash course as well too.
What do you think about Carissa Shields? Who should she fight?
Christian Shields, I feel like she's avoiding fights that should give her the hardest fight of her career yet to date. I'm not a bandwagon of Christian Shields. I'm also a fan of Carissa Shields, but I also call it out to say, Carissa Shields, if you're claiming what you're proclaiming, you still have unfinished business throughout all the theatricals, throughout all the dramatics that's going on surrounding her name. She still hasn't yet fulfilled, or she had to put more stipulations on herself to outdo herself. Right? She's doing multiple sports of MMA and also boxing. and she's in limbo with that. And if she wants you to take a break, that's okay. But at the same time, you're not going to retire or talk pre-retirement talks. Not to a JFL one, by the way. But what I'm saying is, she has other fighters that should have been in the ring with her at a certain weight class, right? So you have Jessica Mascaz Skills was in talks much early on with negotiation with the Carissa Shields. She's a highly considered fighter with or without belts, and also the winner of the fight between Jessica Mascaz Skills and Lauren Price. The outcome of that fight was a hell of a robbery victory for Lauren Price, and Carissa Shields got in the ring with her face to face. So that's going to be the next matchup there. But what I'm saying is, you can't avoid the factual winner, the factual losers of class course matchups in boxing. Carissa Shields still has to face on the likes of Lisa Baumgartner's. There's multiple females out there for Carissa Shields, but she's taking the easy way out. She's taking the lesser opponents, of all lesser opponents, and not the hard hitting uh, champion. It's a complete compare and contrast when it comes to Serrano, Box Rex, and opponent level and elite level wise compared to Carissa Shields opponent level wise. And I'm still saying Carissa Shields, the GOAT status for me is up for grabs. Nothing personal,
Jesus.
not just business. It's just obvious to be obvious. You still have to deliver 50-50 fights.
So it's up for grabs now, huh?
It's up for grabs. It's been up for
Oh.
grabs since Perkins.
Yeah, I just don't think the women are giving me enough to talk about, fam. I mean, it is what it is. The women
What?
are always got their own lane, and I feel like certain fans don't mind to support them, and certain fans just support them when there's no men's boxing going on, bro. There ain't no realist women boxing hardcore man and man fans out there like that guy. What's his name? IQ Sports or whatever the fuck his name is. He be sucking women's sports from day one, but what I'm saying is ain't nothing really happening in the foundation of the top five or the top six. We ain't got three, four people to say, yeah, we want this. I ain't never hearing saying nobody saying I want this. But I feel like the women's sport has its own journey. When there's a lot of fucking noise, then everybody wants to make noise, then they make it happen.
I concur on that.
The women's sport ain't like I'm thinking, bro. But I will say this though, Carissa Shields, she been getting a lot of slack. A lot of people don't be liking on Clarissa Shields. Can you hear me? A lot of
Yeah,
people don't be liking Clarissa Shields, bro. A lot of rap channels, a lot of rappers, a lot of people cursing her out, saying she ain't the kind of woman that they want to represent the United States. That the woman is a loudmouth bitch. She talking bad about men, sleeping with men who are married. All these bad things happening about
oh
Clarissa
man.
Shields.
See, that's what I'm. That's the theatricals. That's the dramatics around this Carissa Shields. But I'm strictly saying her fight game. I'm strictly pinpointing her opponent level, her competition level. Outside of boxing is outside of boxing antics, bro. But she brings that into the fight game. Now she tried to
Mm.
have a promotional stunt with bringing a cross promotion of her own first promotion when it comes to baddies. So my thing is, you know the atmosphere when it comes around baddies, and now just new implementation of baddies slash boxing is now being rolled out. In her debut, she had to take on the mindset of the baddies. So that's a women's thing. It's always been a women's thing. But I still separate everything from her personal career, professional career, as well as her professionalism. And also, I don't talk so much trash around certain things, how people feel personally about Carissa Shields. I'm
Uh-huh.
still saying you still have to get in the ring with those you avoided throughout the years.
Uh-huh.
Now, that would put more esteem, more prestige back on her, back on her in a good way, in a good light, in the sense of taking on the challenges and not the weaker, lower hanging fruit, right? So She still got free smoke to give.
Yeah, but Carissa Shields ain't gonna go to 140, 147 and cut herself that much just to accomplish Alicia Baumgartner. Alicia Baumgartner's a 130 pounder. She has to go up herself. She don't even want to fight Caroline Dubois at 135. She making noise about that. But all of a sudden, it's all just hype. Far as I'm concerned, them two ain't gonna fight each other, bruv. I think
Well,
Carissa Shields, she need to get a big fight, but for somehow there's nothing in her division.
well, the big fights is always on the table for Carissa Shields. I just don't want to make the perception of a 5-1 fighter as her biggest fight today. A 2-1 fighter, a debut of all debut fighters is her biggest fights. No, that's backwards as hell. If you want to take on 3-1 fighters, 3-0 fighters, you should have done that much earlier on in your debut or your debut career. Starting off, now it's time you got to be more like Serrano. Cut them low hanging fruits fights and not say that's the best of the day that you could possibly bring to the boxing world. This is prize fighting. I understand. This is women's sport, a certain prestige and certain journeys, like you said, certain journeys of these women fighters. But to pick and roll certain situations when it comes to your career to take less effort, it's been a how you say a trajectory, and it's been a pattern when it comes to Carissa Shields. I'm not accepting that no matter what goes on outside of her personal lives. I'm just not accepting what I'm accepting what she's trying to bring to us and try to say this is the biggest fight yet to date. When you know you have harder competition for female boxers that's on her level, even in her weight class. Now, weight division talks, she's also discussed that she's now want to feel comfortable. People say what they want to say currently in the moment, right? And they can change that tomorrow, the next day, and say, well, let me go down to 130, 135 and lose weight. Because she, you know what I mean? It's a women's thing, too, when it comes to weight, period. What's her best weight? I don't want that to be a built-in excuse for her to avoid the champions that she should have fought at a certain weight class. Now, granted, Lisa Bumgarner and Carissa Shields, Lisa Bumgarner has to take an initiative to move up gradually, and she has the physique to do it and the mentality to do it. I wouldn't have to wait for Carissa Shields to come down. Like you said, Carissa Bumgarner also have many champions and many big fights as well in her weight class. But if she really want that Carissa Shields matchup, I feel as though she has to move up to meet Carissa Shields at least halfway, which that's possible.
Yeah, I'm watching this interview right now. Jack Catterall wants to fight Tiafimo, but Tiafimo said that Jack Catterall needs to wait. I want to fight champions. But Jack Catterall said that, you know, what about me? I've been waiting all this time. So what do you think should happen?
If someone's waiting a long overdue matchup, of course you're supposed to see that fight much early on. I don't care if you're true green or not. We've been seeing fights currently where even younger contenders was facing the likes of veterans. So if it's a period of time and you only fight champions, see that's the built-in excuse there. That's been going on in boxing of what's suitable for certain boxing fans. Like, okay, you want to face champions. Now, how that transpired to the other heavyweight fighters and other divisions who kept the same sentiments of I only want to fight champions, right? But they end up taking riskier fights that's not champions or former champions. Let's say that as former champions or a highly considered contender that's noticeable for a great matchup. Now, I say take the fight on regardless because you're gonna have to double back anyway while someone's just still in your way. If they in your way, just take care of it. Get it out the way. Don't say, "Oh God, I got my priorities. I have to take care of this first because I put this to the side." You keep that's gonna rack yourself up. That's gonna pile itself up. You have a pile of fighters that wait on the sideline while you try to handle other priorities when you could just, you know, take care of business and take care of business accordingly.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair with you, though, I just think like the 147-pound division is stacked. and Jack Catterall might have been waiting there. Tiafimo just filling himself out at that division. Haney's already at the division strong. You got Ryan Garcia versus Conor Ben. You got Liam Paro, got KEYSHAWN Davis, Brian Norman Jr., Tiafimo. I mean, there's a whole bunch of guys in that division, bro. So I don't know how it's gonna play out, but I think that division's got a lot of names.
Well, it became restacked as it once was unstacked. So we're going to unpack it like that. So they first debut ever at 147.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you.
147 is now being restacked and promising, and Road to Undisputed is what is echoing the echoings of that is in that weight division outright. So even making their debuts at 147, how does the opponents feel comfortable, or is their best weight at 130, 135? Some people feel like most people who go to a certain weight class need to go back to another weight class because that's taken away from the steam from that division, but it also grow for another division. So the 126 pounders need to gradually, all of them need to gradually move up and not be stagnant over a period of time. Like Stephon Fulton should have been moved up to the 30s, to the 135, to the 40s. I'm waiting on Stephon Fulton to still handle business that way. And we're gonna move up gradually. That becomes a boxing thing now because all welterweights is now middleweights, and all lightweights became welterweights. Interesting enough.
Who's your number one guy at 147 for you? Who's the
You
boss?
talking about previously welterweights or current welterweights?
Right now, who's the boss?
No one's a boss.
There's got to be one boss.
There's no boss level at the moment because they still haven't yet mixed it up. And if I have to give considerations of maybe a boss or someone who's regulating a situation, I still have to see the outcome of Ryan Garcia and Conor Ben matchup before I make that determination of who I feel as though is taking the initiative or taking the picking up the pole, picking up the staff to claim that division. I haven't yet heard such or seen such. So, from my concern, my standpoint is, to be the boss, you got to be the boss. And if you have no boss like mentality or boss like strategy moves to make championship fights happen for yourself, then how can you call him a boss? That's like you know, every video game got a boss status, but not to put it on that. I'm saying
Well,
there's
let me
many
tell
terms.
you, all the fighters, if you listen to their mouth, from Conor Ben, I can play every video for you. Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Liam Poro, they all say one thing, that we want to fight Devin Haney last. Why do they all want to fight Devin Haney at the end? So it's like a computer game. They want to get him as the boss at the end.
We heard that sentiments before when it came to the lightweight divisions of Devin Haney has to be last. Why is that? That's ridiculous at this point. After you've seen Devin the Dream Haney and his fights and his close fights, and to take Devin Haney on, you need to take him on now while it's early, while he's in his prime. Stop saving him for last when you can spark the matchup right now. Like that's the only thing that's going to be last is to me is a Tank Davis and a Devin the Dream Haney. That's the last of all last matchup that could be sooner than later because the more consistent rate of Devin the Dream Haney and the outcomes of his matchups and also run backs that he has to take into an account of a Devin the Dream Haney. He needs to, you know, get into the ring now. But why wait? You see what happened with Lomachenko? They said the same thing. We want Devin Haney last, but we want Tank Davis first. Now, how does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know why they want to save Devin Haney for last, man. Everybody think that the Haney puzzle is worth it when we got all the belts to gain and get the maximum money. and maybe Devin Haney has shown that each fight is going to be tough for each contender. So they want to try and maximize with all the other champions. No disrespect, but the Australian dude seems like the weakest target right now for any man at 147. It just is what it is. Why am I going to go get steak from you when I know it's going to be a very tricky steak to try and achieve when I can go to Australia and just slice that off, man, and take it? You know what I'm saying? So everybody want the easy target. They want to build the medals.
Well, feeling fights be feeling fights. I understand, but hey, sometimes feeling fights be certain hard fights as well. Not saying they're not gonna come with the competitive edge or want to grab the victory over Devin the Dream Haney, which could possibly happen if Devin Haney slips up. One mistake can cost you what you build. So you gotta be careful taking on Australians fighters, not due to their antics or their frantics. I'm saying, you have to have a mentality to go out there. You have to be preparation yourself out there. Give yourself enough time. Same thing when his first time taking on uh likes of Australia. This is not his first time going over there. So he had experience before. He's trying to maybe redeem and get more experience again for Devin the Dream Haney to have those type of matchups. But they got to come see him, right? But it's good.
Haney already been to Australia to beat Cambosis.
Right, and you see how the trajectory of Kambosa's career is going to as of the date. He was a promising fighter of a Kambosa who brought the smoke to anyone. His style is his style. I like Kambosa. He's a face of Australia to me. Out of all fighters that's on that side, he's still the face of Australia when it comes to Kambosa. I like his style. I like his mentality. I like his broader mentality. I like his boxing skills. I like his aura about himself, and he backs down for no smoke. But he also been in tough fights recently, which I granted gave him more props than normal. Like, you know what I'm saying, it's just something about Kambosa that I'm still saying he still gives anyone a tough fight. Now, is he gradually in certain weight divisions, or he's still stuck where he at division wise?
Mm. I mean, each for their own, bro. At the end of the day, I feel like right now a whole bunch of people got belts, but nobody wants to boss up with each other. Everybody trying to maximize. Everything is just as strategic as a business can be. But certain man them they want the smoke, they want to take the money, and it's all about that. That's what it should be. But too many man them have shown that even the money can't get them in the ring unless they're feeling it until they're ready. So it's a business, and that's why all the fights are getting spoken about more than actually getting practice in the ring.
Well, I like to say this too: the matchups between Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia's, Rolly Romero with Teofimo Lopez, Conor Ben, Ryan Garcia. Like you see what's going on here. So here's my thing, Rap Star. These are fights that are mirroring fights that appear to be comparisons of the nostalgia of veteran fights, right? Or even fantasy fights that could have occurred. Even Lennox Lewis echoed his sentiments, and he said, Lennox Lewis said, I wanted to fight Mike Tyson, but I had to fight David Tua. And that was
Mm,
in limbo and during his career of him proving himself from that side, right? And he said it
mm,
shoulda, woulda, could have happened. Same thing with David Tua. David Tua said he wanted to get into the ring with a Mike Tyson at a certain point in his career, and yet outside forces or outside situations and other matchups deflected their the gate their opportunities to face each other in the ring. Although that was the most talked about ever in boxing history to this day, up to date, right? And they're still talking about it even in interviews. And David Tua is also saying that he's still willing to get in the ring as an exhibition with a Mike Tyson. Even today, same thing what happened with Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. So you see how certain matchups that's on the class course. I just don't want this generation here to have certain type of sentiments like Leonard Lewis because they're supposed to do it better. They're supposed to learn from the previous generation, the ones who paved the way. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying Pacquiao and Mayweather fight never happens ever, not even the first one. How would that look even today? That would have been an exhibition situation, correct?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, it's a mirror fight. That's case in point. You have all the likeness of Mayorga and Rowley and Oscar De La Hoya and Brian Garcia. That matchup actually occurred. Like, Oscar De La Hoya and Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins, right? And you have Miguel Cotto and Oscar De La Hoya could have matched up much sooner. And you also have the likes of Flores versus Antonio Gotti that was on the class course that never happened. But Shane Mosley is the one who took on Flores. And then Shane Mosley avoided Antonio Gotti. So it does happen in boxing. It's the fact that it should have still took place. Likewise with this new generation of fighters that now we get in the Conor Ben and a Ryan Garcia, which is the sentiments of a throwback era fight or potential fight matchup between Oscar De La Hoya and Miguel Cotto. That's how I look at it. My perspective is this fight here with Ryan Garcia and the Conor Ben is like a modern day Miguel Cotto and Oscar De La Hoya, but at their level. What you think about that?
Yeah, but you got to remember something. Conor Ben is the massive name in England who's beaten a guy a couple of weights ahead of him, but he's never actually beaten legacy names in his own division, as in like proper champions when they were champions. So, yeah, it's a massive fight for us today, but how much of a legacy fight is it? That's the question. Is it a name recognition fight? Is it because Ryan Garcia is a big name, Conor Ben a big name over here? So they made it happen. But as far as legacy, what is this doing apart from the WBC title is the legacy for both of them?
I feel as though it makes it more official that they first time clashing ever, what makes it in their own right a path of their own journey of uh, a potential stakeholder type of fight in this matchup with Conor Ben and Ryan Garcia. I think it's a legacy fight in its own right. I think the names has to be stacked. Like you said, you have to have champions after champions after champions, and have noticeable names, right? This is a noticeable name fight. It's either you or me in this victoriously come fight night. This shows the path of them even seeing each other first time around, or maybe a second time around, right? When it comes to matchmaking, not the pinnacle of the weight of the shoulders of the previous vintage fighters, because their name holds more weight in a certain era. This era is a benchmark for me. I take it as a benchmark, as more banger fights, more promising competition fights in the future for Ryan Garcia, and likewise for a Conor Ben. It just need to be more consistent, is what I'm saying, when it comes to having the high competitive elite 50-50 fights. And take Vargas Sr., for example, he versed many champions before he ever took a loss to a champion. Same thing with certain other fighters that has champions and noticeable names, most of them back to back, right? Before they end up getting defeated by a champion. They became champions. So
Yeah, but
Ryan
to be fair
Garcia,
with you, Teofimo Lopez really has become a three-weight world champion. But as far as legacy, he has put himself in the Hall of Fame. All right. But at the end of the day, you can't take that away from him. But as far as the win, how good and great of an elite win is that for anybody to put him right up there to say he's the best at 147? Crypto Bori.
Now
Crypto Bori, what's
that's
happening?
yet to be determined. That yet to be
Can't
determined
hear you,
because
fam.
we
What's
had
good,
to
Rap?
put it.
Hold on.
Crypto
I'll be
Bori,
back. Hold on.
speak shit,
Yeah,
fam.
Hold on, Rap.
right?
I'll be back.
We have to keep. We have to keep in mind. You was good, rap star. We have to keep in mind that the stigmas
So
around
what are you
these
saying?
fighters and the level of
Can you
competition
hear
in
me,
these
fam?
fighters.
I
We hear you
can't hear no
clearly.
one, bro.
We hear you clearly, rap star.
Yo, nobody can hear nobody. What's going on?
I can hear you, rap
Hey,
star.
yo, JFL, can you hear me though?
I can hear you, rap star.
Yo, can you hear me, JFL?
Yes, I can hear you, rap star. You good? Hey, crypto Brody, how's it going?
Chilling, chilling. Hold on. I'm doing something real quick. I'll be back like 5 minutes.
We waiting on rap star. Audio technical difficulties.
Can you hear Crypto?
I can hear crypto and I can hear rap star.
All right, let Crypto talk. I'll be back.
While I'm waiting on crypto to come back to the platform, he had to step away for a second. So, rap star, I want you to know, continue with your efforts. I want you to continue with your free smoke. I want you to continue with your debates. Continue on holding it down, the boxing as you hold it down in boxing, and also keep it refreshing to both hands. Watch the face. Where women boxing is also impactful, and also men's sport of boxing is also impactful. But we were discussing the legacies and the prestige of these upcoming fighters and contenders of the likes of new weight class, new conquering, new weight divisions. All about conquering new weight divisions and become undisputed.
Can y'all hear me?
Your mic is good too.
All right, for sure.
So round one, and Crypto Bury. Salute to you guys. And we just discussing the likeness of the new champions, the new face of boxing, who's holding it down, who's picking up the torch, who want to live up to the legacies of other veteran greats of all times, and how you benchmark these fighters current today. How would you benchmark Teofimo Lopez and the Rolly matchup compared to Fernando Vargas to a Mayoga matchup? How would you hold that up, and how do you weigh it compared to a Vargas Senior and Richard Mayoga, who brought their smoke in the ring at that time in that era and hold the pinnacle of boxing to the highest level of elite fighting? Where do you rate a Teofimo Lopez and a Rolly matchup compared to that? Although that's a reflection and comparison matchup that I feel as though mirrors that type of matchup in that era for this today's modern era. If you get the question.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I could compare these guys. I mean, yeah, some people like Mayorga kind of reminds me of like a Rolly guy, like a puncher's chance and shit. But other than that, Shit, to have them, nah. I mean, Fernando Vargas probably had a funner fight than what we saw with Rowley and fucking Tio, and $80 for that bullshit pay per view. I mean, goddamn, I hope nobody bought that shit. I wonder where the pay per view number's going to be, because that shit was kind of ass. The undercard was ass.
Well, let me say this to you, round one. Now, although the comparisons might be too high of a benchmark for Rolly and Teofimo Lopez and the fight that they brought and their approach in that fight, it was a mentality driven fight, right? So I want you to take consideration of going back to a Vargas and a Mayoga and put it next to a Teofimo Lopez and a Rolly, right? The only thing that's disdained or how you say it, lackluster was the mentality of a broad mentality of Teofimo Lopez and a Rolly. They haven't brought all of their potential to the full capacity in that fight, which caused it to be lackluster than what we witnessed. But starting off from round one to round five, it picks up it picked up this statement, then it went downhill. It inclined for a moment or two in certain rounds, and then it declined because Roly was inactive. It's the same thing when it came to a Roly Romero, and Ryan Garcia was on the opposite end of being inactive or not active enough when it came to him being dropped in the fight. But I'm saying the fact that the match has been made and mirrors a fight to that magnitude of that fight actually being made and mirrors and comparisons to the veterans of the throwback eras, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
taking
but I
consideration.
can't. I mean, yeah. Look, the fight was lackluster. I mean, there
Yo,
was more
yo,
there was more into the fight because it was a title fight and things like that. But I mean, to compare to Fernando, you said Fernando Vargas versus who?
Mayoga.
Yeah.
can't
Okay. See, yeah, man. Yeah, I can
can't
see
compare
the
none of these
comparison
fighters
in
to
a
that
way
era,
too.
man.
But man, I mean, no, man. I mean, um, Rolly. I mean,
Yo,
he
round
really.
one, you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. I could hear
Oh,
you.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. The Rolly one, that was a little lackluster too. But I don't think fucking Mayorga and Fernando were like that lackluster, especially with like Rolly. Some of them fights he'd been on were looking lackluster. Even the Ryan fight he fought looked a little lackluster.
The,
Even though he got him down
the
in the
thing with these
canvas, that
fighters
fight was
nowadays,
still
man,
lackluster.
is they
It was
want the
just
check. They want the check, but they don't want to earn it, man. That's the thing with these
yeah,
fighters, bro. They want the
yeah,
check. They
man.
want to get paid. They want to go on pay per view, but they don't want to
So,
perform. They don't want to fucking lay balls on the table and just
so let
go,
me ask you
just
this.
go all
Let me
out,
ask you
leave
fellas
everything in
this.
the ring.
Let me ask you
Everybody
fellas
too
this.
cute nowadays to fight.
Right, right. Let me ask you this. Now,
But
coming up in the next matchup, here's another here's another comparison. Here's another comparison that mirrors a fight that should have happened, right? So, how would you feel about Oscar De La Hoya versus a Miguel Cotto just for that era? How do you feel about that matchup and also the
well,
class
these
course
are
of that
dream
matchup?
matchups. Like these are
Well,
dream
yeah, I'm saying
matchup.
it's like
Oscar and Cotto, two different
oh,
eras.
right,
Oscar's a whole different. Well, he's from the '90s, late '80s, '90s. That's
right,
Oscar's
right.
pure
I'm talking
prime.
about I'm talking about the atmosphere of that magnitude of the fight that I feel as though Ryan Garcia and Conor Ben is now trying to live up to,
Well,
even in the hype and the
I
fast talk.
think Ryan and Connor gonna come with their fan base. The UK gonna show out for Connor Ben. They're gonna support. They go hard for their boxers. And Ryan Garcia got his fan base, his Instagram fan base that's gonna show up as well. Gen Z, they're gonna show up for Ryan. They'll do good. The fight itself is a good matchup because Conor Ben don't, he come to bang. Ryan does his best with guys who come forward. So we're gonna get way more action in that fight than the Rolly and Tio for sure.
And let me ask you, okay, what about you, round one? We waiting on Rap Star. Rap Star's in the backstage. I don't know what's going on with his audio
And
situation, but that's
to answer Rap's question earlier about like who's the boss, this and that. I agree with you. There is no boss, but the top two champions right now, as far as accomplished, is definitely, Teofimo and Devin Haney. They're the top. They're the
Okay.
top two most
Okay.
accomplished champions in
Yeah,
that
with the
weight
three
class.
divisions. Yeah.
3 divisions, 2 undisputed champions. Even though they kind of jerked Tio for that on paper, but we all
Yeah.
know,
Well, yeah, on paper,
he
yeah,
was
technically
he
jerk.
was undisputed against Loma. So
Right. Right.
those are the top two. I understand why Tio wants to save the undisputed disputed match with Haney. He gave his reason that I can see that.
But we know they could
Save
have
it.
met each other much early on when it comes to a Tiafimo and a Haney. That could have been a much earlier matchup.
No, I
But
mean,
hey, it's build up how it
they
builds up.
say that, but again,
Right.
they weren't on the same promotion. One with Matchroom, one with
Exactly.
Top Rank.
Well,
They
I
weren't
mean,
on the zone. Now everybody's on the zone, so we're gonna have
yeah,
way
I mean,
less
back then
excuses now.
they were together with Top Rank, but they didn't fight each other. So I mean, now that
Nah,
they're
Haney
they're
had a
under the
three.
zone.
Haney had a 3 fight contract. 2 of them was Cambosa's, and the one was with Loma.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
right after he
okay,
fought
yeah,
Loma, he
yeah.
checked out. He
All
said,
right.
"Fuck that, I'm out of
Yeah.
there."
See, well, now they got. I was talking earlier on the live with Rap about who's next for Tio, and I'm thinking, he did say Devin Haney is last, but Liam Paro could be next, and I would think it
Well,
would be
yeah,
Liam Paro. He's the
Leon
easier
Parra definitely
guy.
Leon Parra send Tio a tweet, said
Yeah, yeah,
congratulations,
yeah.
let's
He put his
unify.
dad in there too, So I
So
would think Liam
remember
Paro
when it
would be
comes to
good for that.
Haney,
Yeah.
it's all about the business too. With Haney, sometimes when it's trying to get these other
Yeah.
champions,
Well,
sometimes
well,
Haney gets a little too greedy and wants to take a big,
well.
big
Yeah, because
portion of the
that's how they
pie.
are.
So
Everybody's like that.
Eddie Hearn already went on record and said, the only way we find Devin Haney if Liam Paro gets a bag too. So if Liam Paro ain't eating off that Haney matchup, that unification, I could see
Yeah, well, that's what they're
Matchroom looking
backing
at
off.
Tio.
I mean, to me, that's what I'm saying earlier. I was saying to Rap, like, yeah, Tio. I would think Tio and Power would be good because that's an easier fight than uh, Devin or someone like Ryan. I would say, yeah, you just take those guys last two and then
For
get
the type
Leon
of money
Paro
that
further.
Devin's looking for, as far as to fight another champion, he's gonna have to see Ryan Garcia again, man.
Well,
Like
yeah,
if
yeah,
you want that
that
money,
I mean, that would be good. Well, I mean, I told them too that would be a good fight, but I don't see Devin Haney fighting this
because when
year.
it comes to the money now, we talking about who's the meal ticket of the division and who's the big the bag. That's definitely Ryan Garcia, especially if he go in
That's
there and
true.
knock out Conor Ben in spectacular
Yeah,
fashion.
that's true.
So
I mean, I was saying like, yeah, that I think Tio and Ryan could be a fight too, but that would be dangerous for Tio because I don't know if he beaten Ryan. Um, uh, yeah, that
I
would be
think
a
it's
tip.
I can see what you're saying. I think it's 50-50, but Ryan got gun shy against Rolly after getting dropped. So is Ryan gonna fight the way that Rolly fought Tio after he feel a couple of punches? Is
Yeah,
he
I
gonna
mean, he
get gun
didn't look
shy?
gun shy against Barrio, so I wasn't thinking like he gonna look gun shy in his next
Yeah.
fight. So I don't think he'll look gun shy against someone like
So
Tito. But
Barrios was what? Pretty much washed up by the time Ryan got him. We all know that
yeah, yeah, I
Barrios
mean, man,
high mileage.
I feel like Barrio
And then
got paid.
right now you're about to fight Conor Ben, but what version? Is it gonna be the Skeletor Conor Ben? Is he gonna even make the weight healthy?
Yeah, man, Conor Ben is gonna be looking like a skeleton in the closet.
So how
When you
much
see
credit
him.
is Ryan gonna even get for that
I
knockout
think
win?
I think he'll get more credit because the fact that kind of Ben he not say drain himself because he's confident. The way he's talking, the way he feel good about his energy, the way he feel that he's in
Sorry,
fit
babe.
for the
The
shape,
second the way the fuck this shit
and
was.
the way he's describing his weight loss and his weight gain from a kind of Ben, he not tripping off of that. So I don't want that to be an excuse where his weight drain because kind of Ben is not echoing that. He's not saying that at all.
Well, he's definitely already going on record to say, this is his last fight at 147 ever. So we all know that the weight cut is brutal for him. It's
No, so
showing.
this can't be his weight. His last. Well,
Nah,
it's definitely
it's for sure his last time fighting. Remember, he's only fighting Ryan because Zuffa has to give him a $15 million guarantee for his next fight. And they're only gonna get that type of money or putting on a big two big names. So that hence why they using Ryan Garcia for this fight. If Ryan
Well,
Garcia is not in this fight, how are they gonna get that 15 mil and flip a profit to pay Conor Ben?
but that's the scenario that's laid out on the table. Now, here's my thing: if Conor Ben is not going to stay there for at least 2 or 3 fights, that's unacceptable.
No, I
Or,
mean he's coming to try and beat Ryan, win the belt, make history for himself, and then he's on to better things, 154 or 160.
okay,
Yeah,
now that being said, then that means for me, he pulls a clash course with a Bruce Ennis. So a Bruce Ennis matchup with a Conor Ben is a highly consideration of him getting back to that weight division where Bruce Ennis is now obtaining. So I'm looking forward. If you want bigger, better things, he has to see Bruce Ennis eventually.
yeah, but I honestly think that Ryan's gonna knock out Conor Ben very bad, bro. Conor Ben is not all that as far when it comes to the skill department. I
I
seen him
bet
go
you
to
on
I
that
seen
one.
him go to distance with Peter Dobson. I seen him go to distance
Okay, how you feel
with
about
Regis
okay? Yeah, yeah.
Prograde, a blown up Regis Prograde, a old blown up Regis Prograde,
Well, how
and
you feel about
he
Regis?
couldn't do
How you
nothing with
feel about
Progrades.
Regis? How you feel about Regis overall of his skill set compared to a Rolly matchup? Now I'm still echoing Rolly versus Regis. That's for me, you know what I mean, or for boxing at large, because that should have been
I think
happened as
I think
well.
I think Regis is just shot, man. I mean, Catterall dropped Regis how many times?
With that being
Regis
said,
is he's done. Like Regis is at the end of his career. He was just getting a
well,
little
you do know
to
that's his
get.
best performance up to date when it came to a kind of Ben. Like he actually lasts longer. So how was he done when he had a good performance?
Nah, it wasn't so that he had a good performance. It was that Conor Ben had a shitty performance.
So it got
Anybody
balanced that
else
out
that
right
would have
there.
fought anybody else at 150, whatever catch weight they fought, would have fought Regis. They would have probably stopped Regis. That's what I'm saying. It's not looking good for Conor Ben right now. I don't know. He should have stayed with Eddie Hearn. I don't know why he's letting Zuffa feed him to Ryan Garcia for a paycheck.
Well, I hear you on that. So round one, how you feel about Regis overall his skill set compared to a Rolly?
I tell you one thing, Rolly would have knocked
Yeah.
out Regis Prograis at 147 right now. Regis is,
That yet,
he
that
waited
yet
too
to be
long to move
seen.
up.
That yet to be seen.
Regis, how many losses Regis had in a row?
Not that many.
Bro, he got dropped like 3 times by my boy Catterall, who's not even a puncher.
Well, Catterall is an interesting fighter. He's a
He's
awkward
good.
fighter,
Nah, he's a good
but
boxer. Like Catterall's a boxer, but
he gives
he
you some
ain't
good
he
work.
ain't known for, he ain't known for hurting dudes and putting them down multiple
Yeah.
times.
Maybe just that night where they took him lightly. And it's like how Lamont Roach took Zepeda lightly. It might be like one of them type of situations. Like,
Nah,
yeah, I mean, you can think of,
Lamont Roach just got exposed for not being that good. His 2 biggest fights ended in draws, and now Cepeda came up and put an end to that little hype train of Lamont Roach.
was Zepeda get the likewise too. He gets the sentiments too of he once he off and on. Zepeda sometimes he consistent and look good, but then also he gets in other matches and look lackluster. So how do we weigh it out when it comes to Cepeda fully? Now doing combinations, Cepeda he did excellent work, excellent performance, but he also uh, looked average at certain fights of his fights. So I put him like in the sense of not comparing him to Regis, not doing that, but I'm still saying Cepeda still got to tighten up.
I mean, yeah, Cepeda, his toughest fights was with Tevin Farmer, so. But
So
Tevin Farmer,
Conor
that
Ben
was
and
the
Ryan
last.
Garcia. My question to round one, I didn't get his take on that. Uh, yeah, your takes on Ryan Garcia and Conor Ben compared to the level of greatness of of a Miguel Cotto and Oscar De La Hoya. It's kind of hard to match them up to that era, but I'm saying it's just like a glimpse of this matchup to have at least a fraction or a ratio of the possible matchup like that. Like, can they have a showing of what a Cotto and Oscar De La Hoya would performance would have been like? I'm thinking I'm putting it on that level, on that pedestal. I'm putting it on that new heights of benchmarks for me. You can share it. You can have the nostalgia around it. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I'm really looking at it like this could have been a possible Miguel Cotto and Oscar De La Hoya matchup, like that we get in here. Because I think Cotto and kind of Ben has similarities in his skill set and the way they perform in the ring. Not saying he is Cotto. I'm saying certain techniques that kind of Ben has. He has many dimensions to his game, kind of Ben. That's what I'm saying. I don't know who's gonna show up. Will Ryan gonna show up? What version of these fighters gonna show up? But it's also about the game plan. How many times they gonna switch it up? Like we can't see Ryan Garcia being inactive whatsoever in this fight. It's like Lomachenko, right? When Lomachenko was inactive was two of his fights, and then he came back and fought Haney and had a performance. That's the Ryan Garcia I'm putting next to a Lomachenko factor in the equation because he was inactive in certain fights that he should never been inactive on. But he could have avoided being defeated in that fashion, even with the knockdown.
I think it's gonna be a fun fight, man. Like I told you, I think we're gonna get a lot of action for as long as it lasts. Cause I don't expect Conor Ben if it's a straight shootout. I don't expect Conor Ben to go past 8 rounds.
Oh, you got a round on it. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't see it going past 8. After the 2 wars, you gotta put it in perspective. He had 2 wars with Eubank, right? They went toe to toe, had gruesome wars, and then you look like shit going back down and weight for Catchway versus washed up Progress, and now you're dropping a couple more pounds to fight Ryan Garcia in his prime with the most confidence he ever had because he just won his little belt. And that left hook. Don't be surprised if it's a short night. That's all I'm saying. I don't see it go past 8. Don't be surprised if it's shorter than 6.
That's surprisingly enough. That's your take. I respect it.
That left hook, that shit is no joke, man. And
He needs to flip the switch and become the right hand. The right hand need to become the left, and the left hand need to become the right.
And if you see, he was working on that right hand in his last fight with Barrio. So it's like, I think Taliban getting the short end of the stick, man. I think they really just using him for the name for the big fight. That's it, man. At least with Maxim and Eddie Hearn, you know, looks out. He looks out for Conor Ben.
Just for era talks, because this is a new generation that needs to hold the torch to a modern day gladiator sport. How you feel roughly? What's your outlook? What's your point of views if was Oscar De La Hoya and Miguel Cotto was to ever fought? How you think that fight would have went down? That goes for round 1 too.
Rumors was that Earl was presented that fight. He turned it down.
To who?
Rumors has it that Earl was presented the Cotto fight, but he turned Cotto down.
I'm talking about Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh, Oscar, nah. And Earl? Oh.
No, not Oscar. Oscar and Miguel Cotto.
Oh man. I think Cotto would have probably got the best of him at that age. But Prime De La Hoya probably beats all of these guys. You know, like those fighters from the 90s, they different.
I feel like it would have been like it would have been an interesting matchup, man. That's all bangers of all bangers. Even Prime Cotto and Prime Oscar De La Hoya, man, that would have been sparks like no other. and it's kind of hard to drop Oscar De La Hoya. You can't drop. You never. Oscar
That's what
never
I'm
been dropped.
saying. Oscar got an iron chin. Oscar had the length and the speed and power too. So I just think two different eras. I don't think Cotto would have beat Oscar or Trinidad.
And yet you got Ryan Garcia over kind of bent.
For sure. At 147, yeah. If we were talking 154, or catch weight between
Okay,
154
okay.
and 160, then yeah, it'd be different. But I just feel like
Right.
Conor just is giving way too much on the scale for this fight, and it's gonna show come
Let me
weigh
ask you
in
this.
and come fight night.
Let me ask you this. Fernando Vargas Jr. versus Sugar Shane Mosley Jr.
Fernando Vargas, I'll take Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. over Fernando Vargas Jr.
And why is that?
I don't, because I think he's the wackest one out of the brothers. Emmanuel Vargas, he the best one. Like the other two, they alright. And Fernando Vargas Jr. already lost to some Irish dude, I think from the UK. He already got out boxing school, so
Did he
I'll take
outright
Mosley
lose? Did he outright lose, or was it a
for
controversial
sure.
fight?
For sure, he lost. He put up his effort, but he lost.
Okay, I was making sure, just making sure. Um, reason why I bring that fight up because that fight right there.
There's nobody in.
Although Vargas Jr. is not the how you
Just
say
come
the
on.
dominant one, he's still the upcoming
Come on, they'll
fighter,
check us in. They
and he's
probably
still learning his ways, and he's still bringing that other fighters. These are a family. That's how you say it when it comes to the Vargas Juniors and the Vargas Seniors. There's always a page out of their book. And where you at, Crypto in round one? And we're Rapstar. Rapstar, what up, man? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to like and subscribe to Rapstar channel. We discuss some boxing and just putting the nostalgia out there to get the amplify of Ryan Garcia and the Conor Ben matchup. And we had to see come fight night how explosive this impactful of this matchup should actually be. It has to hold weight. It has to mirror. It has to at least touch, at least give honorable matchups of how it's going to turn out to live up to the modern eras of the throwback era matchups that we haven't yet seen or possibly haven't or most likely had exist. You know what I mean? Opportunities are opportunities for these fighters. They need to hold down the all stakes stocks and bonds type of matchups. You know what I mean? It's prize fighting at the end of the day. And we're looking forward to them reaching their full potential and bringing on and now have a lackluster matchup. Rapstar. Everyone has suddenly dropped off the panel for some reason, but they will be joining back shortly. So I had to hold it down for you, Rapstar. Host to a host. And I appreciate Rapstar for having me on your panel, bro, to discuss boxing in the highest level.
Yeah, respect to that, man. And don't be a stranger, bro. We'll be back live shortly soon again.
Okay, I'm gonna drop down so they can come back up. I appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
Rapstar. I'm sending my olive branch, and you can
Yeah,
join my
respect.
panel, and we can discuss boxing as well. Shout out to your audience, and shout out to the fight fans out there, and also Rapstar. You know, just for sake of conversation, um, keep doing your thing and keep the momentum going, Rapstar. You're doing it big, you're doing it better than most right now, and don't let it up, man. Keep
All right.
championing on yourself,
Yeah,
and
respect.
that's not just a sentimental conversation, but you putting in work, man. You putting in work.
Yeah, respect, man. We'll be back bigger and stronger, man. When the fights come on, we'll be blowing it up, you know what I mean? So respect to you, to all the audience that came in. But I'm multitasking right now. You know what I mean? Boxing coming big. Moses Atuma versus Philip Ergovich. It's going down this weekend. I'll be there. You make sure you be there. You know what I mean? Let's see how Moses Ituma looks against the ex-veteran, Philip Ergovich. You know what I mean? Now, respect to all the man them that came through. Peace.